All right. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Geekery Abides, episode number 89. So, let's go ahead and hit the intro and jump on in. I actually haven't changed my pedal yet, so I'm glad I didn't push that. There we go. Now I can push it.
He who is ashamed of his geekery has forgotten the face of Stan Lee.
This is the podcast, Geekery Abides.
All right. Hello, and welcome to episode number 89. 89 is a big year for movies.
Big
Very big year. Things like Back to the Future 2, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Batman, Dead Poet Society, Little Mermaid, Field of Dreams, Glory, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure 2, Ghostbusters 2, Look Who's Talking, The Burbs, Pet Cemetery, The Abyss, Christmas Vacation, Lethal Weapon 2, Uncle Buck, Weekend at Bernie's, Roadhouse, Major League, Turner and Hooch, Tango and Cash, The Wizard, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Too soon.
Oh,
That's
that one hits.
That's
that
a
one. Oh,
That's a lot of fucking. I knew 89 was a big year.
Yeah.
So, huge year for movies. But yeah, welcome to
Little
episode.
Mermaid.
I said that.
Did you say? Okay, I missed
Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
Yep.
I have to call that out because my wife favorite Disney movie for her. So
I enjoyed it as a wee child. I
Ursula scared the shit out of me as a wee one.
always liked that.
Oh gosh,
I always
she
liked her.
terrified me.
I always liked her. I always liked the cut of her jib.
Of course you did.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive on in. We are going to the main topic for today's episode is the Odyssey, but let's go ahead and jump through the normal stuff to start off here. First of all, of course, on the YouTube side, if you want to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, we'd appreciate that. Then over here on the email side, if you want to email the show, you can shoot emails to peter@geekeryabides.com or Tad, T-A-D-D, @geekeryabides.com. We do every other episode. I do the odds, Peter does the evens. I think we're back on track now, right?
Yeah, I mean the Odyssey's kind of like both of us
Yeah,
because we both went and saw it, so it's not exactly like a.
but I think it was me that put it down, though,
Yeah.
like in that sense. So so if you want to give feedback to an episode, if you want to give like whatever, like for a future episode, like for instance next time for Spider-Man, again though, like some of these big ones when they're big movies, like it's kind of mutual whatever. But if you want,
I got an email from John for our episode in August that I'm doing. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and jump on over to watching, reading, playing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let me get my thing pulled up here. Let's see. Go ahead and hit yours. Mine's short-ish. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
So watching, I've been watching Squid Games with my wife. I also bought the World War II with Tom Hanks documentary, which is just fantastic. It is kind of interesting because what they do is they focus on one aspect of the war in the episode, but they'll go. So just for an example, Operation Barbarossa goes from 1941 into 43 is basically when it like. Okay, 42 is like where it ends, and 43 is where they start to get pushed back. But then, like, the next episode, we jump back to 1939 because what we're talking about happens back then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
It's
like
not super linear.
not linear, but it's like focused on the topic at
Topics,
hand.
yeah.
Exactly. So it's kind of interesting with that. I also did start watching House of the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
I am one episode behind, not counting tonight's episode. So I will be
Tomorrow. Sundays.
You're right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. So I will be watching tomorrow the episode that I'm behind on, and then I usually don't watch Sunday nights. I usually watch like Tuesday or Wednesday is when I watch the episode.
Yeah, same.
And it just slipped past me this week.
Yeah.
So
Well, it doesn't help that these episodes have been long too.
I turned it on. I think that's what happened is I turned it on Tuesday, and it had been a long day at work. I turned it on, and it's like, I think it was like an hour and 10 minutes, and I just went, nope.
Yeah.
No thank you.
Yeah.
I am not in the mood for a movie right now. I was hoping for a 40-minute show, but nope.
Yeah.
And then obviously I went and saw the Odyssey with you.
Yeah, indeed.
Now reading is where things get a little bit interesting. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but Tad was awesome, and last year for Christmas he bought me a Marvel Unlimited account. I've been struggling with reading a little bit because I have my phone, which is small, and I have my computer, which has to use kind of like an emulator to read, and it's not a very user-friendly.
Very clunky.
It's very clunky. Very, very clunky. So finally I broke and I bought a tablet, and for a little bit there, I couldn't stop. So I read 2 issues of Spider-Man. It is a little mini story called Spider-Man Unscheduled Stop, in which Spider-Man is thinking about how much his luck has been shitty recently, and he's sitting on the roof eating Chinese food as it starts to rain as he's starting to eat, and he starts thinking like, woe is me. And then the wind blows a Subway card, like Subway the train, not Subway the restaurant card, and he's like, well, might as well see if I can ride the subway instead of getting soaked web slinging home. And it has exactly enough for one ride. He's like, hey, maybe my luck's turning around. When he goes to get on the train, cops stop him from getting on the car and say, hey, next car. And he's like, there's no one on that car. Like, what the fuck? He gets on the next car. Turns out that car is filled with the jury from a murder trial of a mobster, and the train gets attacked. And what happens is, you ever heard of the movie Daylight with Sylvester Stallone?
Maybe.
It's where an accident happens in the Lincoln Tunnel that causes it to collapse.
Yeah.
And then the water's coming in from the I think it's the East River. And so they have to do something, otherwise they're going to drown. It's kind of the same story here, but in the subway. A bomb goes off, they think, traps them in the car, and he's fighting Shocker shows up. So Shocker causes it and everything. So it's this 2-part. What really is the twist is who's one of the jurors. J. Jonah Jameson's estranged father.
Oh, okay.
So he's raised by J. Jonah Jameson's raised by his stepfather, and this is his actual father. And so it's just like, holy shit kind of thing. And so really cool 2-part story. And then the other one that I decided to do, I had several stories to pick from after that, because I'm like, okay, I want to read something. I want to read something that's impactful. I want to read one of the big things in Marvel. I've already read Secret Wars with you. And then I read, what was the other one that we read? Was it just, it was 2 Secret Wars.
Yeah, we did both Secret Wars.
Both Secret Wars. That's what I was thinking of. So I decided to do the House of M.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to do it proper. I'm not just going to
tie-in stuff.
I'm not going to read just the House of M. I'm going to read the prequel stuff that leads up to it, and then all the tie-in stuff. And even with my extensive list that I made, I still apparently missed a comic. So I started with what's called Avengers Disassembled.
Yeah.
Where the Avengers basically have like the worst fucking day in superhero history. Vision attempts to dive bomb them with a Quinjet after they were visited by a dead former member who explodes and kills Ant-Man. While they're reeling from that, Vision crashes the Quinjet and basically almost melts into 30 or 50 Ultrons, which is one of their big bads.
That's always fun.
And everything. And then come to find out what happened to all of this, why this all happened is because Wanda, her 2 kids, the invented kids and stuff like that, that's what sparked this and everything. And then it goes into Excalibur, which is Charles Xavier going to Geonosia after it was destroyed to find Magneto. Because Magneto's being blamed for a terror attack that happened on New York, and I missed that episode. I don't know where that is. I need to go find it. And so I have a couple more episodes of Excalibur left, and then I can finally start the House of M and all of its tie-ins.
Yeah. Well, at least you're doing it proper. It is definitely less impactful if you just dive in and just read the one event. I mean,
yeah,
I know
the seven episodes of the House of M, but that I was looking it up, and it's like the tie-ins are fantastic. Especially the Avengers Disassembled was one that was like highly recommended. And then during the actual House of M, there's actual ones like there's a Spider-Man comic which people like point to as like this is a really good Spider-Man comic. Like, don't sit on this, even though this is an X-Men series. The House of M is an X-Men series. Don't sit on this X-Men. Don't sit on this Punisher. Don't sit on this Hulk. I think are the big three that everyone's like, you have to read these 3 tie-ins if you read the House of M. So.
Yeah. Indeed, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then I finished up The Last of Us. What achievements I'm probably going to get for that game. Unfortunately, I didn't get them all. It's sad, I know. Still playing 7 Days with my wife, and then for my solo game that I'm playing, I started up Borderlands 4. I love the Borderlands series. Borderlands 4 was on sale for over 50% off, so I finally pulled the trigger on that. So,
excellent.
Yeah, what about you?
So I'll go backwards. I've been playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So I had that in the Bond game, and I was kind of trying to play both, but I'm like, you know what? No. Setting Bond aside because I'm almost done with Indy. So I'm at 100% it and stuff still, but it's like I think I'm like 90% of the way through the game. So I'm like, I'll just finish that 100%, then I can just totally focus on the Bond game. Yeah, and then still reading The Stand. Haven't really touched Night Shift in this last couple weeks. And then still watching Modern Family. I'm into like the second to last season, I think, somewhere in there. Pretty wild. House of the Dragon. I'm caught up on that. And then 2 weeks ago, right after we recorded, I decided to throw on, keeping up my thing. I'm maintaining my
one new movie a week.
That's all the way through the year. So I grabbed. I have 205ish or so on my shelf that I've not seen from my collection.
Yeah.
That's not bad in my opinion. 205 or so out of like 1,300 movies.
The fact that you would spend money on 205 movies that you haven't seen. What if you hate them?
I usually buy them because of a reputation, or they were a good price, maybe. But
you own Tenet, don't you?
No, I got rid of that. I got rid of that one, man. I
have standards, Peter.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a Nolan episode too, but I decided to throw on The Accountant.
Ben Affleck, right?
Yeah, Ben Affleck. He is very autistic, and it's just like it's a dad action movie.
Oh, okay.
I actually really enjoyed it, though. I really wasn't sure what to expect, but I actually really ended up enjoying it quite a bit. I don't know, it's fun. Like I'd suggest it to you.
Okay,
I think it's kind of right up your alley.
All right.
And then last week, it came up in our group text and stuff. I decided to throw on L.A. Confidential. So
I have no idea what that movie's about.
So it's are you familiar with like noir? Like old timey like detective,
like Dick Tracy kind of stuff, right?
Like, well, no, it's like the whole trumpet playing is like the guy's black and white going through, and he's like,
"You're no good for me, dame."
Yeah, like that exactly. The femme fatale, like so. There's a whole genre of neo noirs where it's like a new age, spin on like the same thing, and it's basically that. So it's like LAPD in the 1950s or 40s. So back when LA was tiny as fuck, like there wasn't anything more than 10 stories in the entire city type thing.
Yeah.
And it's like corrupt cops. It's hard to even like say what's going on, but there's like a crime vacuum because like the top drug dealer, like gangster guy got taken out, and I think he got arrested or murdered, whatever. But there's basically a power vacuum, and there's all kinds of crazy shenanigans going on. You got multiple people: Russell Crowe, young ass Russell Crowe, Kevin Spacey, unfortunately, Danny DeVito. There's like a whole list of actors, but actually, I really enjoyed it. I knew it had a good reputation and stuff, but I've had it on my shelf for years, and so I finally threw that one on. I really, really enjoyed it. Let's see, let me find my page here. I just lost my sheet, and then the Odyssey. So not a ton. It's been kind of slow.
There was a horror movie you were still going to try and see.
Evil Dead
That's the one.
Is out. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. So
maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow.
We'll see. We'll see.
Not really feeling it.
See what kind of energy I've got for going to a movie.
Yeah.
I tend to not go to movies on Sundays for some reason. I probably could, but I just don't. I usually tend to just not leave the house on Sunday if I can help it. But
that's your rot day.
Yeah, I mean, anymore though, I'm starting to make that a Costco day too. But outside of Costco, I'm not really doing a whole lot of being out of the house. But all right,
nothing wrong with going to a good Costco, getting you a slice of pizza,
a hot dog. Indeed. All right.
Now they have chicken tenders.
Well, why would I waste my time on that?
I love chicken tenders.
Garbage.
Tasty.
If I got a hot dog and a piece of pizza, what do I need anything else for?
Ice cream. Their ice cream's delicious.
And they have Coke, so that's good stuff too.
That's true.
So, all right, let's jump on over to the main topic then. So, main topic, Christopher Nolan's
All right,
The
oh brother,
Odyssey.
we're out there. Let's talk about it. Wait,
I don't want fuck. God damn it!
I'm a dapper dad man.
Forget. Do we have
Oh,
Oh brother, we're out though. That's weird.
I don't care. Dapper
Oh, we do.
Dan,
Okay.
I care pop.
We do. Okay.
I don't want
Fuck.
pop. God damn it! I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Oh, I've been jokingly telling people for like the last month that it's like, well, I have high hopes for the Odyssey, but I've limited hopes. I'm like, because there's no way they're ever going to beat, the Coen brothers adaptation. Oh, brother, where art thou?
All right, so first question off the bat. Did it?
I will say there's a few things. I haven't read the Odyssey probably since 2001.
High school.
High school,
Yeah.
pretty much. And it was my English teacher in 10th grade that we read the Odyssey, and then we watched Oh Brother Art Thou. It's like one of the reasons I know that. For one, that's one of the reasons I've seen that movie originally, because I wasn't a big Coen brothers in high school, like who is really. But that's the last time I've read it. But the one thing that didn't click in high school that after watching this, though, is the suitors.
Yeah.
What's the things his daughters say in Oh Brother Art Thou constantly? About the guy that his wife is dating. He's a suitor. They say that
my
25
God, they
times.
do.
They say it all the time. So it was kind of funny in the theater last night watching. I just had to laugh because I was just like, and I'm sure there's other things. I actually damn near watched Oh Brother Art Thou last night. Just
cause
that might actually get watched tomorrow. I know that wouldn't count as a new movie, but I did see the Odyssey.
It's not a new movie. You already saw. You already saw the Odyssey.
But I've seen the Odyssey, so this week's already done. So I might. But
tomorrow a new week starts. So
no, Monday.
Start of the week is Sunday.
No, Monday.
Look at a calendar, sir.
Weekend is the end of the week. Is Saturday,
I understand
Sunday.
that Friday and Saturday are the weekend. But
that's
Sunday, look at a calendar. What's the first day on the left? You don't start on the second one. Sunday is the first day of the week.
Nah.
Yes.
Monday.
Sunday.
Nonsense.
Start the week.
Nonsense.
Yep.
Nonsense.
The calendar doesn't start on Monday, sir. It starts on Sunday. I hate to break it to you. It's the first day of the week is Sunday.
I didn't know you were wrong on this.
It's pull up the calendar on your computer right there. First day of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. It starts with Sunday.
Sunday's the weekend, sir.
Sunday is the first day of the week.
Nah, nonsense. That's why when we do box office and all that kind of stuff, they don't just cut Sunday off and put that into the next week. No, that's part of the weekend box office. So, so I might watch A Brother Art Thou, but that was one of the few things that hit me where I was just like, oh my God, when they kept talking about the suitors.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's a suitor. Overall, just thoughts about the Odyssey.
I loved it, and
what was your expectation level as well?
I had none. I had absolutely no expectations going into this movie. I will say that I was actually, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Tad. I kind of bit my tongue on this one when I saw you put it on there, and I'm like, all right, I'll go see it, and I will let him. It's his episode. He's picking it. I will allow it. I didn't give a shit. I honestly didn't, and I didn't even remember. I think I texted the group on Monday and was Monday, and was like, oh, fuck, the Odyssey comes out this week. I only know that because it was on a commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Like an ad for YouTube or something like that.
Okay.
Even. So, I was like, fuck, that's our episode for Geekery Abides. I got to go see that. So even the week of, I will say, I was just like, whatever. It's a movie. I'll go see it. I'll talk about it. I have absolutely no fucking expectations. I will be perfectly honest. Over the past few years, I have kind of felt that Christopher Nolan is getting this reputation for being a god in filmmaking and just being like, yeah, he has some good movies. He has some great movies, but he also makes a couple duds, he's not perfect. So I don't know why everyone's just instantly crowning this movie and stuff like that.
Film bros will come after you for that.
I don't care. I'm sorry, but
they'll be coming for me because I already talked shit on Tenet.
I never saw Tenet because of the shit that people talked. And the thing is that I don't listen to critics. I don't.
Yeah.
I listen to people that I trust who have similar taste in movies. One of them is the person on this podcast with me.
Yeah.
And when I asked him, hey, should I go see Tenet in theaters? And he told me no.
Well, the other thing too, we got to remember that also came out right in the middle of COVID.
Oh, yes, that's what it was.
That's when they tried to reopen the theaters there for a little bit. So,
and then that's where I asked him, like, is it worth the risk and everything like that? And you're just like, no.
Yeah.
Like, save your money. And I was like, okay. And then I hear how, like, our friend Hayden talks about it. Hayden, who's shown up in our chat several times. Even with the way he talks about it, I'm just like, And then some of my other friends who, again, I don't trust them as much as you. You are my number one movie guy, except for animated, family, and romantic comedies. I don't trust your opinion on those because you're wrong about those.
You don't trust me on trash.
I don't trust you about those because you're wrong about those because you don't watch any of them, so you can't judge them. That is a fact.
You've seen one, them all.
That's not true. You can say the same thing about horror movies, and it's wrong. It's
Well,
wrong to say that.
Of course it's wrong about horror movies, because horror movies are great. Dude, how about that trailer they threw in there?
Dude, I'm so mad about that. It's not online.
Oh, really?
My wife didn't go to the movie with us. I want to show her that trailer.
Other Mother?
Other Mother. It is Other Mommy.
Or Other Mommy.
Other Mommy. It is not online. It is pissing me the fuck off because I want to watch that trailer with her and my daughter, and they won't put it online, and it's starting to really piss me off.
Yeah.
It's starting to really, really upset me. But I went in with absolutely no expectations of this. I am not a Christopher Nolan stan boy. You know, I know how much you feel about Oppenheimer. I liked Oppenheimer. I've watched it once since it came out, and on the one rewatch, I went, yeah, this is a good movie, but it's, to me, it's not world-ending, you know, kind of like, oh my God, this movie changed my life, you know? I haven't had that feeling with Christopher Nolan. Yeah. I missed Interstellar when it came out. I watched that on my TV and everything.
That's a great movie.
And it's a great movie. Again, he has great movies and everything like that. I will say, The Odyssey is... He got me. He got me. It's his best fucking movie.
Oh, okay.
It's his best fucking movie. It is one of the best movies I have ever fucking seen in my life. That movie was a 10 out of 10. I have no notes. No notes for that movie. That movie was phenomenal. The message was great. The acting was great. The music was great. The special effects, what little there was great.
Yeah.
The standard effects
there
were
were special effects. They just weren't CG.
Right. Everything about that movie was great.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. I loved everything about this movie. I cannot wait for this movie to come out so I can watch it again. I am half tempted to drag my wife to go see it again.
I'm like,
when
I told you I don't know about Evil Dead, I will be completely honest. If I go to a theater again, I'm probably going to see this.
You're going to go see The Odyssey again.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
And it's like such a visual movie.
Such a good movie.
It's such a visual movie that it's like, if I miss Evil Dead until it comes out on video or whatever, like, whatever. But it's like seeing this on a big screen, like that's kind of a once in a lifetime thing, right? Like generally speaking, movies don't come back to theaters that often. So it's just like the opportunity to see it on the scale. Like that's
one of the things
now,
I think
right?
that may be also playing a little bit a part of this is that, like I said, I didn't see Interstellar in theaters. I don't think that I saw Oppenheimer in theaters.
Yeah, we
did go to Oppenheimer. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember if we saw Oppenheimer in theaters, but I didn't see Interstellar in theaters. I think the Dark Knight trilogy is overrated. I've come to accept that.
Did I send you the one on Instagram? I don't remember if I sent it or not. Where this guy's just like, hey, we all ready to talk about the fact that Batman's better than the Dark Knight trilogy?
Yes, you did send that to me, and I said a reply. Yes, I am. Anytime you want to put that on a Geekery Abides episode, even as a popcorn topic, yes, I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah, maybe I sent it and I haven't seen your response yet.
I am ready to talk about it. That was a while ago, sir. That was a few weeks ago.
Oh, I just saw one recently.
Oh, no, you did not send that one. You sent one a few weeks ago.
He goes and starts breaking down like Gotham.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, for one, Tim Burton's the best Gotham ever. Yeah. And he's like, two, he's like, the Batman actually feels like, he's like, Dark Knight, he's like, it's boring as fuck. He's like, it just looks like
Chicago.
He's like, it just looks like a normal city.
It's
he's
fucking
like,
Chicago is what it feels like. There's a lake next to it, and it's a fucking boring ass city.
Yeah.
It's Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't care if we save Chicago. Burn it to the ground. Chicago. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe I didn't send it then. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I wasn't even sure necessarily. Again, and I'm not fully aligned with the film bros. Like I am unapologetically will shit all over Tenet and say it's a fucking terrible movie. And
Yeah.
like, it's not even like, I'm not gonna like hedge that, nothing. Like, it is what it is. Let me pull up his.
I can't watch Tenet now and not have that frame of mind going into it, because half the people that I talk to, even people that I don't trust their movie taste, walked out going, I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah.
And if your audience comes out going, huh? Obviously you made a bad film.
Yeah.
That's just my
What did you see Dunkirk?
I like Dunkirk a lot. I do
Yeah.
like Dunkirk a lot.
I loved that one in a lot of ways because I loved playing with time.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's where he really started to play with time in a way to where it's like, oh, you don't know it until the end that it's not linear.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
So, and then Interstellar you mentioned, and that goes back to The Dark Knight Rises, and Inception is one of my all-time favorites. I love Inception.
I think Inception was my favorite Christopher Nolan film until now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm gonna get a lot of shit from you for this. I have one problem with Inception, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio. His performance is wonderful, and I love him. But he was trying too hard. Because that's right in the middle of when he was trying to win that fucking Oscar.
Well, he was never going to win it for that.
And I hate when actors do that.
He was never he was
I
never going to win it for that. But
I know, but there's always just a little bit of me during that movie where he's just like, you could have done that differently because you're acting towards an Oscar here. But if you had acted the way that I would have liked the scene to be, it would have done more for me as a fan and more as a moviegoer and a guy of the story. So that's just where, for me personally, that takes a little bit away from Inception. But here in the Odyssey, everything I've heard about like Matt Damon and the way that Matt Damon acts, that's one of my favorite parts of this movie. And I'm just going to dive into it now. I loved that this wasn't ye and thee and mother and thine and father. It was mom, dad.
yeah.
I don't think we should do this.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. They talked like us, which is how I want a modern telling of a story to be, even if it is set back then.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that because that's one of the biggest things that's happening right now. I know we're not going to be like controversial. Everyone's pissing and moaning because this isn't historically accurate. It's a fucking story. It's a story.
I was about to say that when people were bitching about that months ago, I'm like,
the armor's not historically accurate for what the Greeks had at that time.
Is the Cyclops historically accurate?
I'm like, it's a fiction story, right?
Yeah.
like that's like being like,
this is like watching the Avengers and going, well, Quinjets couldn't, or not Quinjets, but the
helicarrier,
like that's like physically impossible, and it's like,
it's a comic book movie,
Yeah.
my guy. Like,
it's like, come on, man.
that's where I get with MCU movies, where people start nitpicking at MCU movies and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about broader things where it's like, that was not a good acting job. That story was not well written.
Yeah,
That's a different thing. But when someone gets in there and is like, well, actually, if he had done this instead, it would have been better because this is more realistic. I'm like, it's a comic book movie. The guy literally has 10 rings on his arms fighting a fucking dragon.
and movies are movies also. Like, it's like, even when it gets into like not documentaries, but like things that are based on real things. It's like,
Like Dunkirk.
It's like, I don't give a fuck if it's not. Well, not even that, but even beyond that. Like, let's just say somebody made a fucking A-list, top-tier fucking John Wayne Gacy movie. It's a fucking narrative movie that's meant to tell a story. It is not about historical accuracy.
Yeah, it's not a documentary.
If you want that, go listen to the fucking podcast. Go read a book, whatever. Like, Hollywood films are not meant to be, whatever. It's just they're not
Exactly.
inherently they are entertaining pieces of work, even if they're based on true things. Like, you're spinning a truth narrative into being a film. Like,
Right.
that. It's what it is. So, and
I just,
not that this is real, of course.
I
but
just enjoyed that more because I felt like I could bond a little bit more with the characters as we went along the story, because they acted like characters in a story. They didn't try to make themselves like beyond life and stuff like that. They were just, Odysseus was a guy trying to fucking get home.
yeah.
And then his son was trying to hold down the fort, and his wife was heartbroken that she's probably going to have to remarry, but she doesn't want to give up on her husband and everything. Like, it felt real.
I love that on IMDb the writer is Christopher Nolan and Homer.
It is.
And Homer,
It is Homer.
Homer is like got an IMDb page.
Homer has an IMDb page. That's a weird statement to make. That's awesome.
And it's all writer. It's like, oh wait, he hasn't produced anything?
What? He
Fucking
hasn't acted in anything?
Lazy motherfucker.
God.
That's so good, dude. And of course, Troy, the Odyssey, Oh Brother Art Thou. Did you see the thing I cobbled together and threw on social media? Maybe I should I guess I don't really have anything we don't have a really like I guess we have social media for this podcast.
Yeah.
But I made a thing where it's like the Ocean's 11 trio have now completed the Homer thing.
Yeah.
Because you got Troy for Brad Pitt, Oh Brother Art Thou for George Clooney, and now Matt Damon in this. So it's like all three of them have now had their respective Homer film type thing. So
so I had a question about this because I don't think I've ever read the Odyssey. The Iliad is different than the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same, like they're connected in a sense.
It's like a sequel almost.
Yeah, and like if I remember the story right, like it's something like a 8 or some odd broad story, but we only have the 2 that have survived history.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like, and
so
like,
we don't know if these are 1 and 2. We don't know if these are 5 and 6.
Yeah, we know they're connected because they both talk about Troy and everything else, but it's like, they're completely different. Different stories, the Odyssey and the Iliad. So, but yeah, definitely both Homer though. So
yeah.
So I'll just take one step back though on my overall. My expectations going in, I had high expectations because I feel like Nolan is a brand in the sense of like a Nolan film's going to be worth seeing, generally speaking. Now, yes, I have some that I've not seen. I just recently bought The Prestige, which is one of his earlier films.
I have not seen that one.
I've not seen.
I've heard good things about it, though.
Insomnia, but I believe I own that one as well. I have seen Memento, but not in fucking years. Like it was probably 2001, 2002 last time I've seen that, and I don't remember much about it. And that was before he was really big. So like, it's kind of like when I watched Oculus in theaters, not really knowing much about it, not knowing. Years later, I'd look back and go, "Oh, I saw Mike Flanagan's first film in theaters." Like, it was just a random horror movie that I happened to go see. So it's like that kind of thing. But for me, I expect great things from Nolan, generally speaking. There's a few exceptions to that: The Dark Knight Rises and Tenet are the main ones I'm going to call out.
I'm very happy that you didn't put Batman Begins in there. You used to until we rewatched it.
But so I had high expectations, but I will say I was hedging my expectations to a small extent. I did not expect this to be better than Oppenheimer, strictly because Oppenheimer is like a movie made for me. I have been fascinated with nuclear weapons my entire life, essentially, because of T2, thank you. But also, pretty much since high school, J. Robert Oppenheimer has been a historical hero of mine. I've always been fascinated by him as a human being. I've read books on him. I've read American Prometheus, so it's like when I heard that, not only is Christopher Nolan going to do a fucking Oppenheimer movie, he's adapting American Prometheus. I'm like it's tailor-made for me. Yeah. So I didn't expect it to necessarily top that for me, and I don't think that it did, but it wasn't far off, I guess. So if that makes sense, my expectations were not that this is going to blow Oppenheimer out of the water for me. Whereas I feel like most audience members, it might though, because I do think that as great as Oppenheimer is as an overall piece of cinema, it is largely not an action. There's not as much going on with it. Like there's a lot of people in rooms talking, which is stuff I enjoy, but most people might not. So,
and it's long. Let's be perfectly honest.
So is this, though.
Christopher Nolan likes to make long movies, but that's the difference is things actually happen in this movie versus just people talking in rooms, like you were saying. So and like me, I remember being such a fucking nerd in Oppenheimer because it's like, oh hey, I know that guy, like all the different scientists, right? It's like, oh, Solar, and like I know all these like people, and I'm like, this is what. I know what he does, like how he contributes, and
it's like I know this guy.
That's the traider, that kind of thing.
exactly. So, that's where it was for me. But for me, I did actually enjoy it. I think I gave like a 9 out of 10. Like it's just and which is generally speaking, that's pretty much the tops for me. Like it's really hard. I save 10s for very special movies. I just don't give those out willy nilly because I think it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. If you don't. Right. Hold that out a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I know some people are different on that, but like for me, that's my general thought process. Because even as I look down my IMDb here, I've only rated a few of his movies. Oppenheimer, I gave a 10. Tenet, I gave a 4. Dunkirk, I gave an 8. And those are actually the only Nolan movies I've rated on IMDb. I guess I did lose I stopped.
You're rating on a different platform now, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to do both nowadays.
Oh, are you?
So
Okay.
usually when I do it, because it's like I use Letterboxd, which sadly might be selling. So that's unfortunate.
To who? Do you know?
There's been rumors of Netflix, Sony, all kinds of different companies. Like probably not good.
Not good companies. Yeah.
No, not good.
I was thinking maybe IMDb would buy them.
Well, that'd be Amazon owns IMDb.
Oh, Amazon does.
They've owned them for like 20 years or so.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that ultimately, and it always works out fine because Letterbox is 5, but you can do half stars.
Yeah.
So
you do
it's
get 10.
it's essentially 10. So I always make sure it matches too. Where it's like if I give it like 9, it's 4.5 stars on Letterbox type thing. So, yeah. So that's where for the first question for me, that's where it is for me. I absolutely did love this movie though. Like, I'm always worried about Thursday screenings to a slight extent because like long days at work, it's the end of the work week. Like I'm working, 10 to 12 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. And sometimes I just don't have a lot of gas in the engine.
It's true. I've been right there with you. There was a movie that we went and saw last year and I came out of it just like, blah. And you were like, dude, like I thought you would like this movie. And then we talked about it on here. And after I had a couple days to kind of like sit and reflect, I'm like, man, I was not in the right headspace to go see that movie. I need to see it again.
Yeah. And but this one though, I didn't get like fuzzy, like, cause sometimes it's just like, it's not a reflection of the movie, but I'm just so tired that there's times I'll just like, my eyes glaze over. And again, nothing to do with the movie, more of just like, I'm fucking spent. Like,
yeah.
I should probably just go see movies more like on a Friday morning, off a fresh night of sleep,
yep,
detach from work a little bit. But of course, for big event movies, not what we're going to. But as I was like, this is a 3-hour movie. Like, I hope this is like whatever. But no, dude, I was like frame to frame. Like, there wasn't a single time that I was like not completely locked in on this movie. So
I'm the same way that sometimes when I go to see movies with us on Thursday and I'm feeling that exact feeling that you're describing, there's times where I'm like, okay, this movie's 2 hours long. All right. We've been in here for an hour, so I only have another hour to go, kind of thing. This one, I didn't look at my watch once. I don't think I looked at my watch once to see what time it was. I was locked in. I wanted to see what happened. And the way that Nolan wrote it so that it wasn't linear, but it also wasn't broken up the normal way that they do like flashbacks and stuff like that. I loved how this movie was structured. That's one of the things I love the most about it. Is that we got just little pieces here and there about what happened in Troy.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until the very end when he's talking to his
give you
wife
the full reveal
that we got the full reveal of what happened. Why did it change him so much? Why is he different?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just the journey home. Something changed at Troy.
Yeah.
And everything. And then we found out why. And it's just like, oh, it's so beautiful how it's done too.
Yeah. And I think like I've never once considered the idea that the Trojan horse was kind of a shitty tactic in the sense of like it's kind of dirty.
Oh yeah,
it's very Walder Frey, like Game of Thrones level, right? Like you're killing people at a wedding. Like how is the Trojan horse any different? Like literally, I've known about the Trojan horse since I was a fucking child. Like, it's one of the oldest tricks in the book, if not the oldest trick in the book. But it's like
I think it is the oldest trick in the first book, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's just like
because the Odyssey and Iliad are older than the Bible.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, but it's just one of those things where it's like I've never once considered that it's like not honorable. Yeah. I've just never thought of it that way. Like it is what it is, and like, but it's like this movie
also is like with modern warfare, it kind of tainted us when we think about it because like when we think about war, we think about I don't know about you, but for me, I go back. The earliest I go is the American Revolution, but more than often I go to World War I and World War II. It's the biggest wars in human history. It had the most global conflict. The most people were affected, and everything. There was no honor. I mean, we had total warfare. We had multiple nations bombing civilians, murdering civilians to try and end the war.
True, but there was some element of like whatever. Like anyone that was in an airplane would not shoot at a person that was in a parachute. Things
there
like
were people,
that, right?
But there were people that broke that rule, and that's what I'm saying is like
not very often.
Not very often.
Most of them looked at it like one of these days I might be on that.
No, it's true. It's true. There were few things, but I'm talking even like if you go back to the American Revolution, there's even like a line drawn there where like if someone surrenders, you let them surrender. And some of the Americans were like, fuck this, we're fighting for independence. We're not doing that. And they were slaughtering British soldiers.
Yeah. Well,
And
they
everything.
weren't fighting honorably.
No, they weren't
quote,
fighting
right?
honorably. That's 300 or 250 years ago kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it is actually 250 years ago. But yeah, so it's just like, even back then we had that. So when you go back even further, there's even more to it. There's even more to like Zeus's Law. I'd never heard of Zeus's Law before.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was back then.
Yeah, and that's like a legitimate thing of beliefs back then. Like there was the belief that because like, and I even flash back to, back in like the 90s when I watched like the Hercules TV show, it's like that was a real thing. Like gods might be amongst you. Like that was something that gods in that era, in those eras did.
You had to be careful.
Yeah, so you never knew you might be treating with Zeus. Like he might be this, humble peasant, whatever. So that was like a legitimate belief. So but yeah, it was just interesting because again, I've probably known about the idea of the Trojan horse
It's a dirty tactic
most of my fucking life, but it's like I've never once considered the idea that it would be dishonorable.
Yeah.
So, and have they ever portrayed it dishonorable in any other movie? Like the movies that you've seen, like Troy and some of those other movies. Like
I think Troy kind of hints at it a little bit, that it's kind of like underhanded, but at the end of the day, it's like you do what you got to do in war, which is kind of like the modern way of thinking. That's kind of like what I was kind of trying to get at with like.
And Troy was also like right after 9/11 and stuff too, right? Because movies are inherently impacted by the times they come.
Yes.
So 2004,
Yes.
you're talking about the war in Iraq is about to start. So it's like, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it's like inherently you're probably going to see a certain.
There was an element in that generation and even back a couple generations where it's like, you do what you got to do to win the war kind of thing.
And I'm not trying to say that like, Nolan's the first guy to ever do. I'm just saying from my experiences of watching a lot of this stuff, I'm not sure if I've ever even seen there's no
remorse.
Not that I have an extensive, knowledge. Like I haven't watched every Homer thing, but the few things I've seen, I don't think I've ever seen the Trojan horse portrayed as a dishonorable tactic. Like it's just
honestly, the way I've seen it portrayed more is that the Trojans, the Troy people, Trojans, right?
Yeah.
The Trojans were stupid. Like, obviously, that's a trap. Don't bring that into your city. But at the same time, it explains it better in this movie than it's ever been explained. That's a gift for Apollo's temple. Athena's temple.
Yeah.
That is a gift for Athena. That needs to go to Athena's temple. If you don't, that's dishonor on Athena, and you're going to destroy your civilization doing shit like that.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like, oh, it really is a dirty tactic. It's not just like, hey, we got you this gift.
Yeah.
Oh, let's bring it into our city. We're stupid Trojans. No, that's how I've always seen it portrayed.
It's like getting a whole group of like fucking, Delta Force that are dressed as, UN aid workers.
Right.
Like it's very underhanded.
That's one of the
that'd
things.
Be a war
that's
crime,
one of the
right?
things that happened in World War II was that they would wear the uniforms of another country, and that is a big no-no.
Yeah.
You had Germans wearing American uniforms, and you had it on both sides.
But that's even no. I'm going even further though. Is if you dressed up, maybe you're dressing up as a Red Cross worker and you're Delta Force. Like that's
that's what happened in this one too, as well. It's like it's so dastardly when we look at it that they dressed it up as Apollo's priest at the end where they're trying to kill his son.
Yeah,
they're so dastardly for doing that, and it's like that's what they did with the Trojan horse.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
The guys you're looking at as the bad guy. That's what Odysseus did.
Yeah. 100%. And I will say, Troy does hold a special place in my heart. The movie Troy. I've loved that movie for years. And when Agamemnon, I cannot hear that name without thinking of Brian Cox.
Oh yeah.
Like that's just who I picture.
Yeah.
So, I love what they did with him in this movie, though.
Oh yeah,
Agamemnon,
you hardly saw
dude,
him.
Yeah, he's like fucking. It felt like Darth Vader. It was very like
the skull on the back of it's the thumbnail for this episode. The skull on the braid of his helmet. Oh
yeah, just everything about like the way they portrayed him. But then I love the.
He was massive too.
Yeah, he's huge. But then I love the final rug pull when you actually get like. I think it's Ben Safdie, I think, that plays him.
Yeah.
Like when you actually see him, like he just uses his normal voice, like Ben Safdie does, and he doesn't have a booming James Earl Jones voice. And it's just like, I thought that was great because it just shows you like that element of like there is theatrics, right? Like, and that's goes throughout all history. Like, Alexander the Great, a real character in history did the same shit. He would make sure he was dressed in gold. He'd have a bright fucking red thing on the top of his thing. Like, he wanted everyone on that battlefield to know from both sides, hey, I'm the fucking emperor that's about to conquer your fucking nation.
Bring it,
and
bitch.
I'm your fucking leader if you're on the other side. Like,
yeah, bring it.
Yeah, like versus like modern day, it's like, oh no, officers are going to roll their collars up so you can't see their ranks because you know, you don't want to get shot at or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's just a different mentality, and like that's what Agamemnon had going here. And it was fucking killer.
Yeah, that shot where the gates opened and Agamemnon's just standing there.
Yeah.
Oh,
so good.
And then he doesn't yell charge, he doesn't come forward. He just stands there for a few seconds, and the Trojans are just like, oh shit. And then all of the Greeks around him was like, oh damn. Spartans, I guess. Greeks, yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. So yeah, that's some of the imagery, it was absolutely incredible. Like like there's a few things where it's just like it's like a painting on screen, right?
Yeah.
I know it's just like there's all different ways people have said that, but it's like I've said for years and years, I truly believe that film is the highest form of art because it's literally every form of art coming together into one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got architecture, you got, you know, clothing, you got like every
music,
you have,
performance arts, like
performance,
acting.
yeah, like lighting, everything about every different form of art that has ever existed comes together in film
To make a
so
film.
It's like, to me, and I know not everyone's going to agree, and especially the you know, the highfalutin types would definitely disagree, but it's
Yeah.
just like, and there's just certain frames of this movie that were like, it was like a fucking painting. Like it's shit you want up on the wall.
The one that got me the most when it comes to like the visuals and stuff like that, we mentioned this outside of the theater, was the guys running in the forest and the trees like blocking them in. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Like how that was done, how that was shot, how it looked. It looked so natural.
Yeah.
Like every tree does that. Every tree defends its island from invaders by trapping them and making it so that they're easy kills. Like
Yeah.
that was completely natural how that happened. Like oh my god. Like
Yeah. Let's unless you have anything else to hit on with button wise, but I want to at some point just kind of go through and talk about some of the acting, the actors.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
So, I mean, you got to start at the top, right? I don't think Matt Damon's led a Nolan film before. He's been in a number of Nolan films,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's ever been. Although I will say, do we have to calculate this up for more money spent trying to find Matt Damon?
Yes, it goes into that category.
Although, did his son spend any money to search for him?
I mean, all of the stuff that was used for like the suitors and stuff like that to keep them at bay. Because if you just turn them out, they just revolt and kill you and take everything then, right? So that all counts. All the cost of feeding them for 20 years. And
Yeah. And also, I guess maybe taking the boat.
he took the boat, the men's lives that lost there.
No, I'm talking Tom Holland's character.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, he took the boat and all the men's lives that were lost there. His guards died. They killed them all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't remember everyone's names here.
No, we're good. I got it pulled up here, so if you need one, let me know.
But yeah, so I mean, Matt Damon to start. Like I said, I think this is our first leading role of Matt Damon's in a Nolan film, and he's been in Nolan films for a bit now. I know he was in Interstellar. Was he in anything else, Nolan wise? Oh yeah, Oppenheimer.
I was
of course.
gonna say he was in one other one, wasn't he?
He was in Oppenheimer. Don't remember Tenet well enough to remember if he was in that or not. I've largely tried to block that one out of my memory. I know that. But yeah.
Tell us how you really feel, Ted.
Oh, I will, man. On that film, I will. But yeah, with Matt Damon, I've never been the biggest Matt Damon fan, but I'm not a hater by any means. Like I think that he's done great work throughout his career. I think this has got to be one of the best things I've ever seen him in terms of performance wise.
Second best for me. His best performance is The Martian.
I don't know, man.
His best performance was The Martian. I love this movie. I love Matt Damon in this movie, but The Martian doesn't go if Matt Damon's a different person. If it's a different actor, it doesn't hit the same.
And he's done some great stuff. I mean, the Departed, he's great. Some of the early stuff, Good Will Hunting, he's done some incredible stuff throughout his career.
I really liked the first Jason Bourne movie. I did.
I actually still have never seen those.
The first one I really liked. I watched a couple other ones, and it just kind of like meh. So maybe those are ones that we need to revisit at some point.
Yeah. But so again, I'm definitely not shitting anything. I just think that what he did in this had so many layers to it that I just don't think that I've seen anything that's done just I don't know. And Odysseus is such a crazy character in a lot of ways, right? Because he's just not a great dude in a lot of ways, right? I do think this played him way more sympathetic than he usually is done, because it's like he's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like he feels he's a piece of shit in a lot of ways because the Troy stuff. But outside of like the Cyclops, there's a lot of his scumbaggy shit he does in the actual Odyssey is largely not here.
Yeah.
Right? Like I don't know. The Cyclops is in the Odyssey, like they play a trick on the Cyclops where it's like, who are you? No, nobody. So then when they start attacking him, other Cyclops come to the noise and like, what's going on? Nobody's killing me. And so like, all right, whatever, he's crazy, and they just leave type thing. But then after they get out, he has to turn around because he can't allow the victory to go without his name on it. So he says, no, I'm Odysseus, I just beat you type thing. And then Cyclops calls up to old Poseidon, his dad, says, hey, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And then Poseidon now after them. So it's like I think they captured the spirit of it in this with he has to go back and throw that fucking last arrow.
Yep.
And it's like, come on, dude.
More men die because
you were out.
Two more men died because he did that.
Well, the ship, like
he sunk a ship.
They could have got out. Yeah, he lost a lot of people there because of that.
And then also he pissed off Poseidon.
Yeah, exactly.
Which can be argued. I don't know if this is the intent of the film, but is that why they got lost? Is because Poseidon was like, nope, fuck you.
Yeah, 100%. And that's one thing I do know. And I think I've seen some interviews on this where, like, because in the actual Odyssey, the story, the poem, like, there's points that they just completely take out and go up to Zeus's council, and it literally is like Zeus, Poseidon, all these different people talking about Odysseus.
Oh, really?
And like so it's very supernatural in a lot of ways. Some people are, of course, not happy with the fact that Nolan kind of like disembodied it a little bit, to where it's like Poseidon's in the film, but it all looks natural. Like he kind of brought it down to earth a little bit. Like it's kind of like it's what they keep doing with Batman movies, right? It's like, well, we're going to take anything crazy out of it. It's going to be realistic, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this did
but then at the same time, we had Athena in it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I'm not saying entirely, but like they largely took the gods.
No, I'm just saying that they have a little bit of a leg to stand on. It's like, why are you trying to make it so realistic, but then have Athena in it,
or a Cyclops,
or some of the other things? Embrace the X-Men uniforms, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. But I think again, I get what you're saying when it comes to the mark, but I think this is my favorite I've ever seen with Matt Damon. I think like the layers to this was like, holy shit! Like
I think,
and it's weird because like early in his career, in those early '90s movies that kind of put him on the map, those are great fucking movies, and they had a lot of depth and a lot of heart to them. So it's not even like he's always just been this like pretty boy Leonardo DiCaprio type that had to prove himself later in his career, but early in his career was nothing but a pretty face. Like Matt Damon's not that. In his earliest movies, he was doing some incredible shit, like acting wise. But then I feel like he kind of became the big name star. And this just feels like a return to form of like,
I wonder
there's layers to this. It's like, holy shit, I didn't remember that Matt Damon could act to this level.
I wonder if there's a little bit there with like the Jason Bourne series that kind of like ruined it a little bit. Oh, he's just a stupid action star. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's like people just forgot what he did before.
Oh, 100%. I mean, younger people, if you got someone that's in their 20s, those would have been the movies that were coming out when they were kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what they would know Matt Damon as. That and then the South Park stuff.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Because even like The Departed is 2009.
Yeah,
something like that. So it's like, I keep thinking about that with certain movies where it's just like, man, there's like 20-year-olds that weren't born when some of these movies that like are those definitive adult movies for us, right? Movies that came out when we were adults, like that. It's like they weren't born when when The Departed came out.
Yeah.
Ooh, and him getting his comeuppance in that movie in The Departed. So good. Anything what do you have to say on I just wanted to give him some flowers, but
I do love Matt Damon in this. I think he played Odysseus beautifully. I love my favorite scene probably with him is where he finds his men eating the cow. He's just like, well, you're fucking dead. I tried, guys. Like, fuck you guys. You know, like I tried. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to me. Now you're dead. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. It's wild.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's standard thing in storytelling though.
Yeah.
'Cause, it's like, what is it? Moses goes up the hill, is up there for a bit and comes back down, and everyone's gambling and fucking doing all kinds of crazy
debauchery.
shit.
They basically invented Vegas in the desert first time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Worshipping false idols. It's like, guys, I was gone for 30 minutes. What the fuck?
Yeah. I will say, sorry, just a quick pause, because talking about Moses reminded me of The Simpsons, where they spoof on that and stuff.
Yeah.
Simpsons missed a big opportunity here.
Okay.
A teaser in this movie. Hey, you're seeing Homer's first movie, or you're seeing this big movie for Homer. Well, next year we got another Homer movie.
Oh.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Oh.
Come on.
The
Golden
Homer movie you've really been waiting for. And then it cuts to Homer sitting on the couch. Belch. And that's it. Simpsons movie 2.
That's it.
That's all you had to
That's all
do.
you need.
That's all you had. Oh.
Missed
It's
opportunity.
right there.
Missed opportunity.
It's right
You're that
there.
close to greatness.
We were this close.
All right. So outside of Matt, who do you want to move to next?
I mean, one of my MVPs of this has to be John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
It broke my brain for the longest part of the movie trying to figure
who
out
he was.
who the fuck
Oh, I
he
spotted
was.
him immediately. I'm just like, that's John Leguizamo.
He disappeared. I recognized his voice, but he disappeared into that role for me.
Okay, I will say, the first time I spotted him, I'm like, that looks like John Leguizamo. I'm like, is it though? Because like I mostly know John Leguizamo from like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
At most, right?
Like John Wick is the most recent thing probably you've seen with him.
But even that doesn't come, like, for me, it's the Romero movie is probably the one that really comes to mind. Was it
Land of the Dead? Land of the
That's
Dead.
the one that would like be more ingrained in my brain of
Yeah.
like John Leguizamo. I think of that. Like, yes, you're right. I've seen John Wick, but it's like that's not what comes to mind. So
That's what comes to my mind because that scene is just so iconic with the mob boss calling him.
yeah.
You struck my son. Yes, sir, I did. Do you mind telling me why? He stole John Wick's car and killed his dog, sir. Oh. it just like sticks in with me,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, of course, he's Luigi, and he's all kinds of
Yeah, he's got a ton of other things also.
yeah, but
But
I was spotted, but I did have a slight doubt. But yeah, the second he said something, I'm like, oh yeah, that's
I just couldn't place his voice for the longest time. It just didn't come to me until the very end. I saw the credits and I went, oh. But that's how much he disappeared into the role for me. But his voice was perfect for that blind, senile, almost senile, crazy coot that's just like, slow down.
Yeah.
You're going too fast,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I thought he was great. I thought Tom Holland was fantastic. One that I do have to give flowers to. Anne Hathaway did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I was actually waiting to not saying
Yeah.
I'm okay to talk about her now. I think she might have an Oscar
You think
for this.
so?
I think she might be the best
Oh,
actor in this
it was
movie.
great.
Like performance wise.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of talented motherfuckers in this. And I'm not a big Anne Hathaway fan. I can't list you a bunch of movies that she's been in, but I don't know that I've ever been blown away by a performance from her. And I think here it was fucking like midway through the movie, I'm like, she might get a fucking Oscar for this movie.
It was really good.
Now, I'm going to hedge a little bit because Oppenheimer kind of fucking destroyed the Oscars. And sometimes the Oscars gets the sense of like, well, we're not going to give you a bunch of other shit now.
Nolan's movie has already won a bunch of stuff. We're not going to do it a second time.
Yeah. So like, but the two big ones I took away where I'm like Oscar potential, it was her and then Ludwig Göransson for the score.
Oh, the score. Yeah.
I think that the only thing though, man, John Williams just had Disclosure Day, and there's a lot of talk about how like because he's old,
this might be our last chance to give him an Oscar.
That might be part of it because like, and then they also talked about apparently Spielberg went out of his way to basically allow like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 months for him to score it because like he's 95, 96, so he's
slowed down.
He's an old man, yeah. And so with all that kind of stuff, and like it's like God forbid, but if he passes away between now and the Oscars, like Ludwig might not have a chance to win. And I'm not even saying that's fair because I do think Ludwig's score here is actually better than John Williams.
Yeah,
but doesn't always go that way. But I do, like to your point though, Anne Hathaway though, my God, dude, she nailed it, dude.
I know one of the things I loved about this acting by everyone was, again, I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. I love that they didn't make them act too old-fashioned And one of the ones that was the best at that was Anne Hathaway, just being frank with like her son and stuff like that. It just didn't take me. It didn't take me out of the movie. It made it so much more easier to watch and stuff like that.
Especially because when you're adapting something, like I don't get why you wouldn't make it for your audience you've got now.
Yeah,
right. Like
I understand, and I understand period pieces, and I do. I understand if you're going to make a French Revolution piece and stuff like that, you kind of want them to have a little bit of an accent and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the important thing is to get the story across and get the point of the story across.
Was it The Hunt for Red October, the movie where they start talking, it was Russian, and then like within the first few minutes it shifts over and they all start talking English to kind of give you the perspective that this is a Russian sub. But here, listen to it in English. I think that's the movie.
I think that might be.
Like the first 2 minutes of the movie, they're all just speaking Russian.
Yeah.
And then it just like slowly like switches and they're talking English, and it's like gives you the impression like, oh, okay, they're all Russians, they're all speaking Russian, but I'm not fucking Russian, so I'm not listening to it.
Yeah.
So,
I got the Peter Quill translator kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I actually just seen. We're pretty close to that. Yeah. I saw something where somebody was showing off a thing in China, and it was like checking in at a hotel, and there's literally a thing in the middle. And it shows text, you talk into it. On your side, it's showing English. On there, or you could select your language. He selects it, selects English, and then he flips it around to show. On their side, it's translating everything to Mandarin. And then, so it's reading. You could read what they're saying, but it's also speaking back to you as well. I'm like, and it's virtually real time. I'm like, this is like Star Trek stuff. Like this.
I knew that we were going to be close when I saw those virtual reality glasses a few years back that could do it. Like the ones that have kind of like the earbuds, and you could do like stuff like that. And it's like, I don't remember what brand it is, but you say the name and then it's like translate to Spanish.
Yeah.
And then it would tell you what to say. So you would still have to say it, but this is like the next step, right?
Yeah.
Where it's able to do two people
real time
conversing real time through that.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
But so to your point, though, I agree. And I think that's where it's like, generally speaking, I think a movie should approach the audience where they're at. And like you said, French Revolution, I don't even give a fuck if you put on fake French accents. If it's a fucking American movie, make it what it is. Now, if it's a French movie, have at it.
Have it in French.
Yeah, and I will watch it with subtitles if it's, whatever. But it's like, I don't know. I just, and it's kind of like maybe I'm going a little bit more extreme on the point you're making, but it's just like I've always felt that way for the most part. That's why
I think it honestly just depends on the movie. Like, it's one of the reasons why I love Gladiator. Like they didn't talk like that really that much. There was a couple lines here or there and everything like that. But you have Russell Crowe, you're not going to get, Russell Crowe to act like that. It's Russell Crowe.
At some point.
But that's why Russell Crowe was so great in that movie, is because he could be Russell Crowe acting.
Yeah.
And then you have Joaquin Phoenix, and you have all these other actors that are just phenomenal in the role that they were cast. I felt the same way here. Tom Holland, I could see people bitching and moaning. I don't know if they are, but I could see people pissing and moaning and being like, well, he was just Tom Holland. And it's like, he wasn't. Like, if you actually step back and look at what Tom Holland is, that wasn't Tom Holland.
Yeah.
That was the character, and that's how he would have acted. And one of the biggest things I love about that is that they were able to be, like, genuine more, I feel.
Yeah.
Because they weren't trying to portray something so vastly different than the way they normally talk.
Yeah.
And that's what really did it for me, and that's why I liked Tom Holland's role. I liked the way that he played it. I also loved that he wasn't fucking useless. How many times do we get this story where it's like the son or the daughter is just completely fucking worthless? He wasn't.
Yeah.
He was able to hold his own a little bit, and like he even got stabbed and came back and everything.
Yeah.
In a regular movie, he would have got stabbed, fallen through the hole, and then Odysseus would have died defending him.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
Yeah.
He stood his ground. He killed the fucker with the spurs, and then he was able to help his dad. Like yes, that's yeah,
100%. No, I didn't have a problem with Tom Holland. I'm not sure if I've seen a lot. I haven't really seen a lot about the movie. I usually try to, like, if we're going to do an episode, I try to, like, not look at a ton. because I don't want to I want my reaction. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then after today's episode, like maybe even tonight when I'm getting in bed and like want to scroll for a bit, I might jump on and see what's out there or whatever. But for the most part, I try to stay as like locked in on my own shit as possible for an episode. So.
I never go looking. I don't care what they say. It just always is the stuff that comes across my feed.
Yeah.
Which is the thing we talked about before we went on the air. Is that some people were saying like, oh, this is a woke movie and it's going to have a terrible audience score. You wait and see. And then it has a higher audience score than a critic score currently.
And I think except for one of the Batman movies, it's the highest Nolan single day, first day release. Yeah. Like, and like, honestly, movie theater business has changed so much. I don't even think it's fair to like count. No. I don't even think it was I think it was The Dark Knight Rises as well. Too, because like it's what I've always said about franchise movies is the next movie is always getting the box office that the previous one earned.
Yeah,
it's not the actual like, you know what I mean? Like you're not earning. It's almost not your own earning your own box office. You're earning the last guy's whatever the last guy did.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to carry into your movie type thing, and and that works both ways. Sometimes you have a much lesser movie like The Dark Knight Rises and it gets a much better box office than it really deserves.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you get ones that you have a really great fucking sequel, but the one previous was so shitty, people just don't go see it and they don't
either it never ramps up or it slowly ramps up
over time, like on video and stuff.
We've seen those other ones where like, yeah, it was good, but then it takes off with like third and fourth week, and then maybe you get like a little bit with like the
just home release, right?
Yeah, you've had the ones is also where it's just straight home release stuff.
Yeah, it becomes like cult classics where they build over time and stuff.
Exactly.
So
the Odyssey currently has a 95% for critics and a 97 audience.
Yeah,
it's fucking killing it.
Yeah, 100%. And it's and I know we don't usually talk about box office, but I'm just saying that I did notice that like they were looking at like the single day whatever, and I think it was higher than anything other than The Dark Knight Rises. So
yep.
Okay, let's see. We talked about for me, Tom Holland was fine. Like I don't think that he was necessarily. I think I don't even want to call him the weakest, but I do think because there's so many good people in this.
Yeah.
But it's like that's a tough crowd to be involved with, and like I don't know that his role was even like the most like you said. There's good stuff about it, but like I don't think the purpose of that role is to be like the strong.
No, and that was the
like
thing. He didn't need to be, which is great.
Yeah,
he got to be the son. He got to be the kid who's struggling with. Well, I'm gonna be king. You're gonna die.
Yeah,
you're gonna die.
Yeah,
and then he goes and basically proves himself that no, I'm not.
Yeah,
I am not this weakling, and I loved that. It was so refreshing to see.
Yeah,
these characters actually have a happy ending and stuff like that because, like, that Greek tragedies exist, right?
Yeah.
In the end of this, Odysseus should have died. Penelope should have married Antinous, Robert Pattinson's character.
Yeah.
And then Tom Holland should have been killed. Like that's the Greek tragedy.
I think in the actual story, Odysseus takes the throne. He doesn't peace out.
He doesn't peace out. He does
that's
come back
something
and
that
takes
Nolan,
the throne.
Yeah. Like this, very similar. Like he sneaks his way back in. He goes, it's kind of the massacre, slaughters a bunch of people after like whatever, but it's like, then he takes the throne and it's like, I'm back type thing. And like Nolan wanted to spin it a little bit to like,
well, you give the son, the son's ready to leave.
Well, you also set up the whole thing too, where it's like, why don't we just leave, chase the sun? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You set that up earlier in the movie. So it's like paying that off.
You got to pay that off.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like the whole, let him get you and think they got you, and then they're going to open themselves up, right? When he's being Tom Holland's being taught earlier in the movie, it's like, oh well, when's that going to come back?
and he did it to the guy with Spurs. Yeah,
it wasn't until the end of the movie, but it did come back. Yeah. Let's talk about Pattinson.
What a piece of shit villain, right? Like, just get the swords, get the spears, kill him, go do it. It's like, motherfucker, get in there and fight. What are you doing? Like, you piece of shit.
Yeah, what a great performance.
Oh, so good.
And here's the thing, I actually did hear this. I don't remember where it was just recent. I think I saw a tweet or something. Robert Pattinson has said in an interview he was basing his character on I just blanked on his name, from Casino, the pimp that's dating De Niro's wife, James Woods.
Yeah,
he based his performance on James Woods' character from fucking Casino, and I'm like, dude,
Nailed it.
Fucking
Nailed
genius,
it.
dude. Fucking what a I think he and just scummy as fuck. Like just
Oh, yeah.
and that's exactly what you need him to be, right?
Yeah.
He's
He's like trying to play it so that he's going to be the top one and everything like that, and then like he knows that if this guy kills her son, obviously she's not going to pick any of them out of spite and everything. So there's going to be fighting, and he knows he's not going to win because he's a little bitch. And then finding out that he's a coward and everything as well from like the what was the Sinon. The character, like he was supposed to pay for and take care of my family, but my father told me that he didn't. And my father's here, and it's like, oh, Odysseus. Kind of missed on that one, bud.
Yeah, I love a few people knew it was Odysseus too. There's a few people that caught on there when he sneaks back in. There's a few. There's one like John Leguizamo's character that was pretty obvious. He was gonna know. But there's like the one earlier on too that's like not even a big actor. It was just like a whatever. But it's like because it was kind of like, did they recognize? And it's like in the story, yes, he knows, and he's like letting him in or something. Like not John Leguizamo, but another one of the, again in this, it's probably like a very small actor that nobody even knows the name of. It's just like, but and like in the movie, there was
the servant. Older lady that recognized him because she recognized the scar on his ankle, and stuff like that. So it's like, and he's like, "Shh, shut the fuck up, and she's like, "Oh no, you're good, bro. I got your back."
And the bow and arrow thing was really cool.
Oh yeah,
with the and then like
he's the only one that can string it, and then he does the boing.
Good stuff. I actually just barely realized Jovan Adepo was in this. Actually, again, I don't know who Elpenor was, but he was in Welcome to Derry and in the God Awful Stand adaptation. He played Larry Underwood.
Oh,
so I was like, wait, I saw the name. I'm like, wait, I know him. And I was just thinking about the Stand, but yeah, he was also in Welcome to Derry. He was Leroy Hanlon. He was Mike's dad or grandpa, the soldier. Was that Mike's grandpa?
That's Mike's grandpa because the boy's his dad.
That's right. So yeah, he's in this. I don't remember where, but who I was looking for when I found him though is Himesh Patel, which is like the kind of the right hand man on the ship.
Yeah.
Like, I like him a lot. He was unfortunately in Tenet, but he was also in Yesterday. And I like him a lot. I thought he had another movie too. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, I'm not finding it, but I like him a lot. He did great in Yesterday, and he was not bad in Tenet as well, even though I didn't like Tenet. But let's see who else we got here. But yeah, Robert Pattinson though, a few different times I was like, man, it's wild this guy's Batman because he is
kind of a scumbag, isn't he?
Quite the scumbag, indeed. You know what? Speaking of Batman, just a little bit of a tangent, but where the hell is Aaron Eckhart at?
I don't know what he's up to
since The Dark Knight, because like I feel like
he did something.
He's done a few things here and there, but it's like, why is he not everywhere? Like I feel like he's a fucking talented as fuck actor, and I just feel like I haven't really seen much of him in a while. So I don't know.
I can't find any pictures of Adepo in the Odyssey. I'm kind of disappointed.
Yeah, and
I can't figure out who that character is. So
did you Google the character's name?
I Googled the character and it just pulls up what happened in the actual Odyssey poem. So I even tried like the movie and stuff like that, and it's not.
The youngest comrade of Odysseus in Greek mythology. While on the island of Circe, he became drunk and decided to spend the night on the roof. In the morning, he slipped on a ladder, fell, broke his neck, dying quickly.
Yeah, that wasn't in the movie, so
yeah,
I don't know who he is in the movie. So
Odyssey movie. Let's see. Elpenor is an Odysseus' youngest crewman who dies on Cirque Island by the drunk falling off the roof. That's again. It's just telling me that.
Yeah, it's just telling you what's happened in the poem. So, like, yeah. The one image I found is a TV spot. He is he's just a soldier. It looks like he's one of the soldiers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is he the one that dies in the Cyclops? I think he might be the one that dies in the Cyclops cave.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is there any other actors? Because we do that you really wanted to cover? Because we can go to the Cyclops cave.
Do you remember? Do you know who was there's the three people that talked to Odysseus in the from the afterlife. There's Agamemnon, there's Sinon, and then there was a third one that was like half out that almost seemed like he was Hades, but he wasn't Hades. Do you know who that was? Like the character name even?
No,
I don't know who that was, so
I don't know off the top
I
of
need
my
to
head,
look up
no.
who that actor was because that was creepy as fuck and I loved it.
Yeah.
But aside from that, no, I'm good with the act. We're good to move on past the acting.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Zendaya though.
Oh, Zendaya.
Yeah, as Athena, that was. Oh, I guess John Bernthal too. Fuck.
John Bernthal.
As I scroll down here, there's more people. That's like
also Charlize Theron as Calypso.
Where is that at?
That's the lady who has him on the island.
Oh,
feeding
okay.
him the lotus and everything. That's
Okay.
So,
but yeah, I guess Zendaya though, that was, I think, one of the more interesting choices.
Yeah.
In the film, because she's largely just his conscience, right? Because it's just like, I don't think she's really there, because like, I don't know. I don't think Greek gods are disembodied in a lot of what my knowledge is. Like, they'll actually be like, you'll think they're a real beggar on the side of the street type thing. Like, they're not just like the Joker ghost that's like taunting. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that was more in his head than anything.
Well, especially since it ended up showing that was like a priestess girl from the Temple of Athena.
Yeah.
She was wearing like the white robe, so it kind of gave her like that feel.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we have in Troy. There's that character like that. And then you see that she gets beheaded for nothing. Like, what does she do? Like the slaughtering women.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So, and at the same time, someone desecrates the statue of Athena right there.
Yeah.
It's like,
which I was in Troy as well, right?
That's what I'm saying is like this all happens in Troy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the statue thing. So I was like, oh, that's a familiar sight.
Yeah.
Taking the statue's head off. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where you see Zendaya, and that's where it kind of starts. But she's definitely Athena. Like, that's
100%. But I don't think she's really there. Like, I don't think Athena is really, because again, I don't think that in my limited thing, I was really obsessed with Greek mythology stuff from like junior high or whatever, but that's a long time ago. But it's like, I don't remember them being just like these disembodied, like that kind of like Ghost of Christmas Past. Like, no, they're more like, they're going to be in your face, or it's just like, no, they could slap you upside the head and go, hey, give me some food. It's like, no, fuck off. And it's like, oh, you just pissed off Ares or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of thing. So it's like, I don't think the intention of the movie.
Yeah, they
was
always seem like they invade or change their shape to be something, because sometimes like they're in animals too. So.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, I think it's more in his head, and it's like Athena working through his you know what I mean? Like, but I loved it. It was one of my favorite choices of the movie. That was like,
also, what's to say that Athena couldn't just create the body again, and that she actually is there, kind of thing. So. Because I don't think she ever like physically interacts with him, does she? She just kind of sits there.
Yeah, it just sits there, and it's always like
always there. And then it's like
and
he's around others, and then he looks back and she's gone.
Yeah, and nobody else really acknowledges her. That's where it's like, to my understanding, which is very, very limited. I don't remember. I would think everyone would see. They're just like, oh, who's this beggar girl? Or they're not always even beggars.
How'd this girl get on our ship?
Yeah,
where the fuck she come from?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like everyone else would see her if it was really Athena in my mind. But I really liked.
I think Nolan just kind of took a little bit of liberty there with saying that the gods could just manifest in his brain.
Yeah,
so.
But again, though, the question then is she actually manifesting there, or is it that like it's his like guilt over everything that's like that's portraying itself as Athena in his brain? Because it's like they have this consciousness of the gods of like, oh, you got to be careful or whatever, and it's like
she knew things that Odysseus didn't, so I would say that it really was Athena. I can't say that Odysseus would know the things that she knew. He's being fed like the lotus flower and stuff like that, and she says like, "Hey, you know what happened to your crew? Like, they're dead." And he's like, "No, I don't know that."
But again, is it his subconscious that's like, you do know? You're just
I guess he would know. So.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's how I interpret it. I'm not saying I'm 100% right. That's just how I interpret it. It was probably just his guilt, because it's like you used Athena for the horse.
Yeah.
You guys ransacked the fucking temple. You killed fucking like priestesses of Athena. Like, you desecrated it. Like, Athena, like, there's going to be so much guilt involved there, right? It's like Oppenheimer in the room, and then like everyone fucking gets vaporized. It's like there's guilt inherent, and it's like I guess that's how I interpreted it. But I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's how I interpreted it. So.
I took it that it actually is Athena. You know, the character's named Athena and stuff like that. So I feel like if Nolan was trying to portray that, it would have just been Athena priestess kind of thing, and then we would have had the reveal at the end that, oh no, that wasn't actually Athena, that was a priestess and stuff like that. But I feel like that wasn't the route that we went. I feel like it actually was Athena trying to guide him and trying to show that, hey, you can still be redeemed, and that's why he survived and stuff like that, because otherwise you're just disembodying all the gods, and that
which is what he did the rest of the movie.
Which is what he did the rest of the movie. So I guess that kind of goes in your favor a little bit. So,
and again, I don't think it matters. Like interpreting it different ways is fine. It's just that's how I interpreted it. Was like because of everything that he did that was like really racking him, right? Like so much of it was like based around Athena and stuff. What did you think about the fact the horse was like not upright?
Dude,
like I've never seen it portrayed that way before.
Dude, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. You guys couldn't have put it above the high tide line. Like, really?
If that's part of the deception, though.
No, like, really? You couldn't have put it above the high tide line and been like, hey, this was left here for...
Also, maybe they did. Poseidon is a catty bitch.
But he's not mad at them yet. That's the thing, so...
Poseidon, gods are very temperamental, sir.
Yeah.
You may not be cursed yet, but you still... Poseidon does like to just kill people.
They do still be fucking with mortals.
Yes.
they do be fucking with mortals. That's true.
Yeah. I loved it because I've always seen it portrayed where it's just like I've always
seen it on a platform.
Yeah, and I've never seen it portrayed in a way where it's like not only is it not like it's almost like it was just dropped in a lot of, but then
like it washed up on shore.
Yeah, and then on top of that, the other part of it was I've never seen it as such a burden to move it like that, right? Like that was like,
cool.
That was insane. That was like Jesus, but that's what it would have been, right?
I mean, yeah, you got what 40, 50 guys inside of there.
Yeah.
Okay, each one of them's 220 pounds.
Yeah, they're all armored up. Yeah,
plus the wood. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the stabby guy.
Oh.
Looking for the blood. That was
the guy reaching up with his hand and cleaning off the blade. That was so fucking smooth.
That was great. Yeah, I think I saw you react to that a little bit. Where I'm like, I caught
that was
too.
really fucking smart and smooth. I was like, yeah, this guy knows what's up.
It's like that one guy that was running into home and like slid, and then like right when he hit home, he like slides up and stands up and like fucking looks like a Michael Jackson dance move. It's like just smooth as silk.
The one that gets me is the one sliding into second base, and the guy's going to go tag him, and then he swims his arm up and over it and gets onto the base before he gets tagged.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Smooth.
Very smooth.
Smooth motherfucker.
Just like that. Now, yeah, what
Someone needs to take that and just put the sunglasses on. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. What about John Bernthal?
I loved his role. I loved the like guilt that he kind of has because his brother got killed over this.
Yeah.
And it's his wife that left him and stuff like that. And then she still ends up getting scarred.
Yeah.
I don't think, did you get the impression that he did that to her or that it just happened?
I think it's tough because like there's other movies that are like Troy is coming into my mind, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the brother, which was Brendan Gleeson in Troy.
So. I think
like,
so.
He's a pretty shitty person.
Yeah.
So like there is part of me it's like maybe he did that to her.
The way he was talking, it made it seem like he wouldn't have done that to her.
And again, I'm bringing baggage from another movie. That's probably not fair, but it's just like,
well, the way he talked about it, how? Tell me if I'm wrong, but he's like, yeah, this is the face that launched 1,000 ships. Look at it now. What the fuck did I do all that for? You know, kind of thing. I'm like, okay, that didn't happen because of him. It happened, and now he's stuck with it, and he's pissed.
Yeah,
because he loved the face before, but now look what he's stuck with. That's how I interpreted it.
I do think that one thing that this did much better than Troy is Troy felt like a long weekend in Troy.
Yeah,
this like gives you the impression
10 years,
a decade,
10 years on a beach.
Yeah,
trying to get into a fucking city, man.
Imagine how sick of seafood you'd be by the end of that 10 years.
God. No, thank you.
Yeah, I think John Bernthal did a great job. So yeah, let's jump into like away from the actors and just talk, like I said, like some of the like set pieces. So like Cyclops is,
dude.
I mean, I think I went in expecting this to be like a fucking,
Yeah.
moment or scene or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it. But like, I would say it did get surpassed for me in a few other areas, but we'll start here though, because this was
Dude, the uncanny valley of them turning the fucking eye sideways didn't piss me off. It unsettled me.
is that not how the Cyclops normally are?
No, they're always just blink, 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 like up and down blink. I don't think I've ever seen a Cyclops portrayed with their eye blinking sideways. Ugh. It unsettled me.
It didn't seem odd
It
to me.
unsettled me. It was wrong. Eyes blink up and down unless you're like a cat or something like that. So it's just like, oh no.
I'm just you keep talking.
I didn't like that, but like I didn't like it because it unsettled me, but it was fantastic because it unsettled me, kind of thing. Like one of those ones.
Yeah,
like
I guess most of them are looking normal in that sense. So
it's just they have one eye, so it's just moved from being two to the center, and then it blinks like normal. They turned it on its side. What does that mean about the eye? How does it work?
yeah, that's great.
So for me, it was like, why didn't he just go find all of them? He knows they're in there, but I guess that he was like almost blind is kind of how it felt. Like he was like trying to reach for them, but he couldn't really see. But then it dawned on me right after they got out and they were back on the ships. I was like, why was the Cyclops struggling so hard to find them? And then I realized he's not down there where the light is. He's up. He has to look down to try and find something. And I realized I struggle with that some mornings where it's dark and I'm going to feed my one of my cats. I can't see the bowl on the ground. That's the distance. That's what it would have been for him. He can't see down there.
Yeah. No, it was
realistic that he wouldn't be able to see around the cave. But he's not going to go stumbling around in the dark. They're trapped. There's nowhere to go.
Plus, he might hurt a sheep.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, the first time he bit someone. Ugh.
So good, dude. So good.
Is that where you got the yucky from Hayden?
No.
No, it was the next one we're going to talk about.
I loved this scene. I did see something in the last night, I think, that apparently they had a animatronic to some extent.
Oh my God.
So I don't know how much or how big the animatronic was and what parts was the animatronic, but certainly there's certain parts you could just tell it's like someone in a suit and they're just doing like Godzilla superimposing. Like, now maybe I'll take this as a point to say it. I think the whole Nolan doesn't use CG is a fucking gimmick, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I don't give a fuck. Like, you're not that special because you're not using CGI. Like, the fact that everyone, like, I know it's his like thing now, but it's like the fact that you like people always have to constantly say nowadays, well, this is actually practical. We didn't use CG. It's like the fact you have to tell me tells me that it's not worth it. Because if CG is so good that you can't tell unless you have to tell me.
Yeah,
and I just think that it's like I'm over it. And I know some people get all fucking horny about it, where it's like, he doesn't use CGI. It's like, who cares? Like I'm an absolute fucking stan for George Lucas, and it's funny because he's getting some heat because he just came out in this last week or so and did an interview where he's just like, because everyone's of course up in arms about AI. He's like, if it allows you to make a movie easier, do it.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's funny. It's like when I heard that, there's all kinds of people like, oh my God, I'm like, do you guys fucking know George Lucas? Like, people have been shitting on him for 40 years for like constantly changing everything to make things.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's the same thing as like people that like get all fucking crazy about shooting on film. I'm like, it's not that special. Like,
it's fine.
You can make digital look just as grainy as whatever the fuck you want as film. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. And like
I gotta be honest with you, Ted, I can't even tell the difference between Blu-ray and 4K. I can't. I've seen side-by-side pictures and I go, well, this is an office joke, right? Those are the same picture, right?
To be fair, sometimes though, I think the only time you really need to be paying attention to it is if there's actually been a 4K remaster of the actual film, and then you're going to see a difference. But if it's literally just the same 1080p footage and they're upscaling it a smidge and putting on 4K, it's about compression, right?
Yeah.
When you have to compress something to get fitted on a disc, you're going to somewhat lose some like sharpness, I guess. But it's like the difference between a Blu-ray and a 4K Blu-ray is not crazy. So usually the difference is when you see like they've gone through, found the original film, remastered it frame by frame in 4K, that's when it's gonna fucking pop and it's gonna be like, oh shit. Like
I must not have seen anything like that, because the times I've watched and people are like, this is one of the best shot films, and I'm like, Jurassic Park still looks better, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but
I mean, but Jurassic Park's
that's
an unfair
like,
one. That's like one of the greatest films of all, and that one just ages like wine.
I don't know what the fuck I don't know what Spielberg did. He made a deal with the devil or some shit to make that movie, because how the fuck does a 1994 movie look that good?
93.
93. Yes. I always say 94. You always
Forrest Gump.
93. I don't know how the fuck he
Shawshank,
did it so
94.
good.
Yeah, no, 100%. I actually just saw a reel. I was talking about it recently about that, where it's just like, how is it that like Jurassic Park is better? No, it wasn't an Instagram. I just saw a thing on YouTube that was kind of breaking down a specific scene in that, and they're just like, we honestly don't know why this movie is like it's almost better now than it was when it came out. It's like, I don't know how that's possible, especially a movie that's so special effects heavy, right? But sorry, and an aside, just to say that like I just don't give a fuck. Like if this giant had been done with CG, I just don't think it makes it any lesser of a movie, and I don't think it makes it that. I think it's gimmicky. I think it's like the fact that he doesn't use CG is gimmicky. It's like
I don't care.
Yeah,
one way or the other, as long as it still looks good. I think everything in the Odyssey looked fantastic.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But
I think that.
But during the Cyclops scene, there's a part of me where it's just like, if this had been an CG, it wouldn't look any different.
Well, that's where the argument could be made that his Batman films struggled, because you don't have anywhere to shoot that looks like Gotham. That's what Burton did. That's what the Batman did. Is they used CG to make those cities.
Well, not Burton, but
so
it was miniatures and all that kind of stuff.
CG
yeah,
but you the CG of the day kind of thing. Like they used something that Nolan didn't use. He used a real city, and it looks like a real city. It doesn't look like Gotham.
Yeah.
And so that's where CG would have come in. If you allowed someone to go in and brush that city up to make it look like a comic book city, like Gotham, we wouldn't be here talking about it right now. We'd be praising it. So that's the difference there. That's to go along with your point, is that there are uses for CGI. Do some people abuse it and use it very shittily and do it very poorly? Absolutely.
Just like anything,
but just
right?
like everyone with practical effects, there's people who use practical effects wrong, and it looks like shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. One of the greatest things in cinema history is that guy getting shot and
the Spanish soap opera,
Spanish soap opera one that you send I think it's like every 18 months you find it again and send it.
Anytime I see it, I'm sending it.
You have to. It's the worst.
That in The Room. Whenever I get shit from The Room.
Oh yeah, God.
Oh hi, Mark, dude. We should do that for an episode one of these days.
I've never seen it. I don't want to.
Dude, it's so good in the sense of it's just the most catastrophic thing ever made. It's just, dude, you can't tell me.
How's your sex life? What the fuck kind of question is that?
I'm convinced.
What are you doing?
I'm convinced that Tommy Wiseau is actually an alien that had never experienced humanity in any meaningful way, and then made that movie. Because does it not feel like it's like someone that's never engaged with human beings before?
Dude, that clip you sent the other day is the first time I've seen anything from that.
Oh, really?
Like, I've seen things, and I've always just been like, oh, it's The Room, it's shit. I've just heard how bad it is, so I've always just gone past it. That's the first time I actually, like, watched a scene from that. And I was just like, how's your sex life? What the fuck, dude?
Got a new client. We're going to make a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah? Well, I can't tell you.
What? So good, dude. Oh shit. But yeah, the Cyclops though, it was an incredible scene. Like it was very tense. Like I think they captured a lot of the moments like from the Odyssey.
Yeah.
They made some adaptations for sure.
Yeah, I was waiting for them to tie themselves to the bottom of a sheet, because isn't that how they got out in the poem?
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is so dumb. Why aren't they? A sheep's not strong enough to carry a man. What the fuck am I thinking? Like, that's not going to, especially a dude in like armor with a sword and a helmet and stuff like that.
Unless it's a black sheep.
Zombie sheep.
A zombie sheep.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. But yeah, let's move to the next.
Oh, God.
Set piece. This is the one that did it. This is the best one in the film for me.
Did you see what happened in the theater?
What?
When that scene was on?
We're talking about the witch, right?
Oh, yeah, the witch with the pigs.
I hope. I just want to make sure that we're not just suddenly diverting from...
I think you got distracted by Hayden and you didn't pay attention to me on your right.
No, dude, Hayden was like losing his mind, dude.
I gagged. I gagged.
Which part?
The eating. Not the turning,
Oh,
not the turning into pigs and stuff like that. That didn't bother me. I've seen
really?
werewolf movies. That doesn't bother me. The way they were eating and not chewing and just
dude, yeah. I mean, that got Hayden
Dude,
too.
it's getting me now. Like I can't talk.
I got Hayden to an extent, but dude, some of like the transformation stuff was just
It didn't. There was a couple cracks that I was like, oh, like like and everything like that. But it's again, I've seen werewolf movies, so it's like I'm desensitized to that kind of shit.
yeah.
But the way the guys were eating while having to watch her turn them into pigs, and they couldn't stop eating, was horrifying. But it just
yeah.
also, I have to say this: I have a few foods that I can't eat because of texture. Whatever the fuck they were eating, I know I'd puke if I ate it because of the texture of it. That texture of whatever that was.
Yeah.
Dude, it's getting them like you could see like
Good stuff.
and I was honestly shocked that you didn't look at me because I gagged loud.
Oh, really?
There was one part where I can't remember which one of his crewmates it was, but they focused on him, and he was horrified at what was happening to the guy getting turned into the pig. But he had this giant noodle hanging out of his mouth, and he was no, and I was just like I could feel it on my tongue and in my throat, and I was sitting there next to you, and I went. And you didn't do anything, and I was like, okay, Tad maybe didn't hear that, and I was like, okay, I'm never breathing a word of this because I know that Tad's gonna give me shit for it. And then I realized we were talking about the Odyssey, and I'm like, well, I have to bring it up on the show. I have to be honest.
Yeah, I think Hayden was squirming bad.
Yeah,
he was squirming pretty bad.
it was uncomfortable.
It was a masterpiece. Like,
It was beautifully done.
It's just
the men and their appetite; they never get enough and everything. And then
yeah.
the
Were you expecting like? Again, I don't know how much of the story you know or don't.
I don't
know,
think
but,
I've
like,
ever read the Odyssey.
Okay.
I know the Odyssey. I know the Cyclops.
Some of the basic.
I know the sirens.
Yeah.
I did not know about the witch and the pigs.
Okay.
I don't.
She actually ends up kind of helping them once
Yeah.
it like breaks and stuff. She actually ends up kind of becoming friendly, and I think they spend a little bit more time there and stuff. Whereas this, they kind of kept her being an adversary pretty much the whole time. But
the end, she kind of gives them like some advice and.
But
stuff.
with like the cats and stuff, like did that not raise your alarm at all?
Oh no, my hackles were up. And
Lion,
then, like,
tiger, panther. There's all these like it's like
leopard. I'm like, what's going on here? And then it shows him like hunting a deer, and I'm like, there's something wrong with the animals on this island.
yeah.
This is bad. And then as soon as they go out back and they throw their armor down, and there's other armor, and they're just like, that's strange. What the fuck? What are you doing? Are you kidding me? Are you that might be the second dumbest person in the history of film. Right behind the guy who tries to shake third dumbest. Right behind the guy who shakes the Punisher's hand, and the doctor who tries to give fucking Fisk a hug.
It was shitty poetry.
It was shitty poetry after he was unable to save his wife and she died.
I
like are you stupid? What do you think that armor means?
yeah.
And you're putting your weapon down.
Yeah.
What?
So good, dude. So good. And yeah, just incredible stuff. I will also say too, early in the movie, when you hear about the trainer named Mentor.
Trainer named Mentor. That's good.
Well, that's where it comes from.
That's where the word mentor comes from? Is that character in the Odyssey? I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I didn't either, but once I heard that in theater, I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Makes sense.
Because how many things become like a word for something that are rooted in some sort of fiction or literature?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it is what it is, right? And so I was just like, oh fuck. And I saw someone on Twitter mentioning it too, where they're like, yeah, I wonder how many people are like rolled their eyes at the fact that, the trainer's name was Mentor. But it's like not realizing that, like, yes, the it's like
the root of that word is from him.
Yeah. It's like the Sopranos. There's one point when they're like talking about I almost said Tommy John's. It's not Tommy John's. What's the wasting terrible disease that's named after an athlete?
Leprosy?
No, it's like it's one that's common. It's not common, but it happened in sports. They named it after the one athlete that got it.
Wasting disease?
Yeah,
It's a wasting disease. Like you waste away.
Disease named after athlete. ALS.
Oh, Lou Gehrig's disease. Oh, yeah.
In The Sopranos, at one point, somebody said something about Lou Gehrig's disease, and one of the fucking knuckleheads there, he's like, what are the fucking odds that he got that disease?
Oh my god!
It's like, oh, what are the odds that Achilles got his Achilles tendon cut? Like that, what the fuck are the odds of that?
Yeah,
it's like, but
I did see a joke reel the other day where a doctor walks back into the office and goes, "Well, I got good news and bad news," and he goes, "Okay, give me the good news." He's like, "You got to name a disease." What's the wait? Is that the good news or the bad news? He's like, that's the good news. You got to name a disease. So what's the bad? He's like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but dude, I think The Witch is the best scene for me for the whole movie.
Man.
It was incredible. Yeah, definitely cool, and just what a fucking
the scene where Matt Damon talks to where Odysseus talks to Penelope, where he's doing like the whole confession about what happened with Troy. That's the MVP for me.
Okay,
that's my favorite scene. Is like seeing all that, the message that's behind it, that we're pieces of shit. The light has gone out of humanity. It might come back, but the light has gone out. Like we're pieces of shit. To find out like all of that is just like, oh damn, that's a heavy message, because like, yeah, humanity's kind of gone downhill since then, hasn't it? You know, the kind of thing.
yeah. I think that but I you mentioned earlier, but we didn't talk about it a lot. The Hades scene might be my next favorite scene in the entire movie.
Fantastic.
That
scene.
Was so fucking good, dude.
Oh
that was so good.
And then they go running, and there's this army of the dead that didn't get buried behind them. It's like, oh, they pissed.
Yeah.
What happens if do you honestly believe that they would have done something to them if they had been caught? Like, would they have killed them?
I don't know.
I think that they were just like trying to scare them. I don't think they really could do anything to them.
Spooky skeleton.
I think that they were a little pissed, but that's their only thing that they could do was scare them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, why didn't they just board the boat with them? Could they not leave the land, the kind of thing? But
yeah,
it was still scary as hell. Just like that army of just like, whoa, like goes running.
And then like when they're talking to him and stuff, it just,
Agamemnon
the talking to him,
and
just everything about that whole thing was just like, holy fuck, dude, that is incredible. Like the witch scene is like unbeatable in a lot of ways, but that was the next scene where I was like, holy fuck, dude, this is badass. This is great. And then there's like some of the other like that fucking thing out of the sky.
Oh, what the fuck, man? That made me jump. So did you see me jump at that?
Yeah,
that one saw.
I don't know why it didn't get me. Like after it happened, I'm like, because jump scares when it's just like noise and it's like very sudden, like whatever. It's just like, and especially
that's unearned scares. We've talked about it.
No, but it's like to me that's not even a scare. It's like you startled me,
right?
But it's like, but that one, like, especially because you're not even in a horror movie, it's like I almost think that should have got me. So like for the next few seconds after it happened, I'm like, how did that not get me?
Yeah.
Like I was like literally in my head just been like because I was locked in, so it's not like I like shifted for a second. Like no, I was locked in, but it's just it happened.
Well, yeah, because there was also an intense discussion going on. Like you lied to us.
Yeah,
like like stuff like that, and then bam, guys are getting got. It's like
yeah. There's
fuck.
that. The fucking tidal wave thing or the whirlpool was really cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they put that in the trailer, so that was like some of the sheen was taken off of that one a bit.
I don't go on very many boats, but it's like that's the quicksand of the water. It's like I was terrified of whirlpools. Like I've heard about whirlpools and
apparently
I'm like, terrified of it.
Apparently they use like jet skis to like legitimately make because again no CG, so it's like yeah it's kind of wild.
Nuts.
And somebody sent something in our group about the Ithaca castle, and how they had to hike up this fucking thing.
Dude, it was 1,000-foot elevation hike, and it takes like 45 minutes to hike up. And then Christopher Nolan said that someone named Emma told him that he wasn't allowed to take a helicopter. He had to walk it if he was going to make them walk it.
Yeah.
And then he was walking up the first day, and Tom Holland just AirPods in, just
yeah,
fucking kid.
Well, it's funny because it reminded me on the flip side of Tom Holland talking about going to the gym with Jake Gyllenhaal during the Spider-Man movie. Have you seen that?
No.
Where it's just like they're like, oh, let's work out and stuff, whatever. And it's just like, so they start going, and Tom's like, all right, yeah, I'm getting about done. And then Jake's like, all right, you ready to start? And it just fucking destroyed him.
I love
just absolutely fucking. So it's like, it's funny because now it's on the other side where it's like, well, now that you're shaming a 50-something-year-old dude, whatever. So
I love
not that he's trying to shame him.
No, it just happened. I love what Christopher Nolan said. He's like, yeah, we had to do this hike and then we had to start working, and all I could think was Kurt Angle, just like because that's how he trained for the Olympics. Remember?
Yeah,
he would go running.
Like
in the hills of in the hills of Pennsylvania, Hershey, Pennsylvania, I think is where he actually, which is kind of close to Pittsburgh. I think.
I thought it was in Pittsburgh.
Maybe it was Pittsburgh, but there's like rolling hills, and he would go run, and for some of those, he'd put his fucking trainer on his back, so he'd have even more weight running up and down these hills, and he wouldn't
like 6 to 10 miles.
Yeah, and then he would go back to the gym, and then he would train for wrestling, so that it was like when the other wrestlers were tired.
He was just
getting started.
Yeah.
So that's how he won a gold medal, with a broken freaking neck.
But I did kind of wonder when I saw that, was like, they said they used a helicopter, because I'm like, IMAX cameras are not light.
No.
Now I think they did a lot of work to help for this, because this is the first movie ever that was filmed 100% IMAX. That's never happened before. Nolan, even in the past, like, he'll have times that it goes IMAX, but like, you generally an IMAX camera in the old days is like the size of a modern day car. Like, they're massive, they're huge, and and they also can't run for long and stuff. So but they did some improvements here to help and basically get it to work where they can actually do the whole movie in IMAX for this. So that's kind of cool. Although it's really stupid, because apparently there's like, I think there's like 30 IMAX screens.
Yeah,
in the
you
world.
were telling me about this, but when we were having some food before the movie, it's like, yeah, this is shot for IMAX. You're like, yeah, the closest one's in Arizona. I'm like, there's an IMAX just down the street. Like, we go to a Regal theater, and it's RPX, not IMAX. But I'm like, there's a couple IMAX, and you're like, it's not real IMAX.
They call those Limax.
Yeah, and I've listened to what you said, and I looked it up later, because I was just like, what? Yeah, fucking IMAX theaters are like, on two hands you can count them.
There's 30 on the planet
that are near enough to us.
Yeah, there's 30 on the planet.
That's nuts.
And they have not made a 70 millimeter projector since the 70s.
Yeah.
So like the ones that have them, they literally hire engineers and stuff to the point where if something breaks, they're pretty much fabbing it from the ground up to fix the part they need. Like, they haven't minted a new 70 millimeter projector since the fucking Nixon administration.
That's nuts.
So, I'm hoping that can change and improve, and we can actually get more of them in the country. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Resident Evil down in Phoenix in September.
Yeah,
that should be fun in 70 millimeter. Although I did see some people bitching, because apparently I don't want to blame the theaters, because I don't think it's their choice. But apparently, the 70 millimeter, if you have like some sort of membership, it doesn't get you even a cent off of the tickets, and the tickets are like $40 to $50. So you're paying. And apparently, like, the screens for Odyssey right now, it's like legitimately they're running it 24 hours a day.
Yeah,
like, they're not stopping. Like, they don't like, now the rest of the theater might shut down, but the IMAX screen, I saw some people on Twitter like, well, the only screening I can get is like starts at like 3:45 in the morning. Type thing.
That's like, nuts.
And that's the only place they can find, like, because it's the fucking hottest ticket, right? You got the entire planet wants to see it this way, and there's 30 screens.
Yeah,
call it 300 seats a piece. Like, that's not that many people are going to get into those screenings.
No.
They put the tickets on sale for the 70 millimeter June of 2025. Is when the tickets went on sale for.
Oh, is it really
for the
that
Odysseys?
Far ago?
Yeah, over a year ago.
Damn.
So pretty wild. Yeah, good stuff. What else? So we talked about the Cyclops. We talked about the fucking whatever.
I loved how Odysseus' son figured out that it was him. The dog.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? Kind of thing. But then the dog wags its tail, is able to greet his master, and then it dies.
How about throwing that dog off the fucking cliff?
God, just out of fucking nowhere. Looks at the duck. Yeah. Gone.
Imagine if Flanagan did that.
Oh my God.
I mean, his reputation is more for cats, but
yeah, it is.
That and I'm guessing that's probably in the actual. Now I will say, I know I talked earlier about how Lucas is just like, if AI makes movies easier to make, then do what you need to do. But I did see that they paid Nolan and his company paid Michael Caine's, him and his family, to use his voice with an AI thing, and they recorded the Odyssey with Michael Caine's voice as an audiobook.
Yeah,
to-
I heard
to-
I
for
think
promote
you, I
for
think
pr-
you put that
for
out.
promotion
Yeah.
for this movie and stuff. And it's like, I do generally potentially want to go and 'cause again, I haven't read it since high school, and like generally
I've never read it, so
there's times I think back and I'm like, did we watch it? Did we read it because we were going to read it anyway? Or did Mr. Carlisle, at my 10th grade English teacher, just want to watch Oh Brother Art Thou in class? And so we read the Odyssey first and then watched.
The funny thing is, we had the same English teacher in 10th grade, and I do not remember reading the Odyssey. Maybe we did, and I just, it's school.
I'm so glad, just because, like, again, I'm not sure how much longer in my life it would have taken to actually, like, get into the Coen brothers and watch like a brother. Because, like,
it's one of those things that you
dude,
come back to that.
I went and bought that soundtrack. I had it on my CD.
I remember
portable CD.
You turned me on to that movie.
So
we
good.
watched it together for the first time and everything. So
good.
I do want to say that you just kind of sparked a thing that I did see, because there's obviously a lot of press out for this movie right now. I saw an interview where it was Matt Damon and Tom Holland talking.
Oh, and he hasn't seen The Matrix.
He hasn't seen The Matrix. Tom Holland hasn't seen The Matrix, man.
Here's the thing: you're a professional fucking actor. You're not working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Your whole fucking job is movies, dude.
Yeah.
You cannot have a movie like that.
Hey,
not on your list.
Your job you don't do when you come home. You
What?
like to do things to unwind that's not your job. So
Not when it
I
comes.
mean,
not when it comes to movies. It's
No,
like
no.
it's like King says. He's like, if you want to be a writer, if you're not reading 100 novels a year, you're not going to be a writer. He's like, because he's like, I know it's your job, but he's like, you've got to engage with what you're doing when you're, it's sharpening yourself. It's and like we see it on our other podcasts. We talk about Uncle Stevie Recommends. How many times is it novels? And nowadays, like, I'm sure people are sending him stuff before they even come out, so he could like throw a tweet out. Not that they're asking him to, but they know, like, hey, if he likes it, he'll throw a tweet out. And that's just free press. But it's like, and I think it's the same with film, man. Like, and again, like The Matrix. We're not even talking about like Casablanca or some like movie that was like out before Tom Holland's parents were born or grandparents were born. We're talking about The Matrix that came out in 1999. Like, that's not that old of a movie. Like, that blows my mind a little bit. So I'm glad that good old Matt Damon shamed him a little bit.
yeah, he was like, oh man. But he also said something that I really liked, that Matt Damon. He's like, man, I'm so happy for you. You get to experience that for the first time.
That's true. It's true, because that's actually funny. There's actually a few Coen Brothers movies I even own that I haven't watched yet. So that's where I'm just
The
like,
Hail Caesar one, right?
yeah, that one, Miller's Crossing. I've got a few on my collection I haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
But there's just part of me that's just like, if it wasn't for that teacher and that whole thing, there's a chance I haven't seen Oh Brother Art There right now.
And
like,
you could go watch
even
it.
though I've been turned on to the Coen Brothers and stuff, it's like I've got movies that I've had on my shelf for a couple of years that are Coen Brothers I have not opened up and watched yet. So it's like there's a chance Oh Brother Art There is not even.
There's a question for you to go through it one day when you're bored, and you can throw it on the podcast anytime you want. What's the oldest movie that you own that you haven't seen? Like, how many years has gone by that this movie exists? Like, you just mentioned, like, Casablanca. It's a
Citizen
movie.
Kane probably is going to win.
You haven't seen Citizen Kane?
No, it's one that I've circled. I own and everything, because like back in the day, I had the idea of doing like the IMDb
Top 250.
Top 250. I don't like the fact that it's constantly changing, like literally day to day. It'll shift.
Yeah.
I don't like that. So I think I've changed over to at some point I want to do the AFI
Top
100.
Yeah.
And they only do in the old days, they used to do them like every 10 to 15 years. They'd refresh it, but they haven't done it in like almost 20 years now.
Oh,
It's been a while since they've updated it. So it's like, are you guys ever going to get around to like?
They just don't think modern cinema's good.
No, because that was always their thing. So, but I've largely avoided ever throwing that on, because like I kind of wanted to save that for that project of like, because Citizen Kane is up there. So I can't say definitively, but I would speculate that that's probably going to be the answer to your question. Just because I know that one's back in the 40s. I know it's one I haven't watched. It's one that's high on my list. I'd love to watch it.
And
but
you own it.
I do own it. Although I do own it on DVD. I do need to upgrade it. They did do a Criterion collection on 4K, so I need to upgrade it at some point. So, but yeah, it's just, I'm glad that I've seen Oh Brother Art Thou, though, because that movie is incredible.
Man, I'm curious. I didn't know that about the AFI.
What, they haven't done an update in fucking years?
Yeah, I didn't know that the last update was 2007.
Yeah. And like the one before that was like 2000-ish or late 90s. So it was like okay, every 10 years they're gonna refresh it. It's like okay, well that's well past
So
now.
2007, that means that they can't put The Departed on there. They can't put Interstellar, Oppenheimer.
There's a
There's
shitload
so
of
many
movies, yeah, and it's just like, and I get it though. Every time you have to put one on, one has to come off, and I think that's the really hard part, and that's where like IMDb doesn't have to worry about as many issues. I was trying to see if my thing would. I guess I got a few movies in my collection I haven't seen that are older, so yeah, but I would assume it's that, but like I've got like The Apartment, which is 1960. That's nowhere near as old. So I have some older movies in my collection though. I have watched Scarface from 1932. I have watched that one, so that's
the oldest movie you've ever seen, probably.
I know it's the old. I think that's the oldest one in my collection still.
Yeah.
I do have. Let's see. I have all the classic Universal monster movies, but I've seen those. Yeah, it's interesting to kind of look through because I am trying to buy. You know what? The Great Dictator is 1940, so that might beat Citizen Kane by a year or two.
Yeah, Citizen Kane's 41.
Yeah, so that beats it by a year. So I haven't watched that. I've seen certainly like the last speech, Charlie Chaplin.
That's Charlie Chaplin, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I also love it too because let me see.
Tad's pulling a movie off his shelf.
Genius cover. So let's see if I can get it where the camera can see it. So it's a Criterion collection.
Yeah.
But here's the great thing: Charlie Chaplin, Hitler.
Adolf Hitler.
So it's like they did this cool like design where if you flip it's one, if you have it the one way it looks like Charlie Chaplin, then if you flip it the other way it looks like Hitler because he's doing the Great Dictator thing. So that's gonna be I guess I have some Kurosawa movies. Yeah, I can actually because I've also been trying to like expand and buy movies that are like classic. I want to buy Metropolis. That's like 1920 something I think.
Yeah,
so
like one of the very first motion pictures.
Pretty damn early. Nosferatu is another one I want to add to my collection. That certainly would get up there as well. But I'm trying to like expand to make sure I'm not just like all 1980s and 70s movies. Like I want to make sure but it's good stuff. Any other final thoughts? We are getting close to time here, so
I think we've covered the Odyssey pretty well.
I fucking love this movie though, man.
It's fantastic.
I really do. Like it's a beautiful movie.
There's one thing I forgot to say. I love that Odysseus is an archer because they always get pissed on and like they're the stupid sidekick, Legolas, and they're always like it's an archer, he sucks, kind of thing. But this one, he's an absolute fucking badass with the bow, and he's the main character. So
yeah.
I think it's great that he was that way. So
they also had him grow a real beard.
Yeah,
he's never grown a beard before in his life.
No, looks pretty good.
He's an actor. When would he? You would probably have known if he ever did.
Yeah,
everything he's ever done before that's had a beard has been fake. But Nolan's like, no, we're gonna be doing storms and all kinds of. He's like, I can't
deal with that.
Yeah, I can't risk issues there. So he's like, you got to grow a beard, Matt. And Matt's like, I hope I can.
He's like, well, we're going to go with someone else.
One other point I wanted to mention, because we talked earlier about Tom Holland a bit. The one thing I'll say, the reason I don't think I was going into this very judgmental on Tom is because I think people are fucking stupid because, like, some of the acting that Tom has done, even in the Spider-Man movies, he's fucking legit, dude. Like, and he's done some great fucking acting.
His acting in the last Spider-Man with trying to kill Goblin.
Yeah.
Top tier MCU acting jobs.
No, 100%.
I don't care what anyone says. That scene might be the best acted scene in all of the MCU. It might be. I'd be hard pressed to come up with a better acted scene than Tom Holland trying to kill the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man stopping him.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, top to bottom, all three of them.
Also, I guess I forgot to mention too. Elliot Page that's a return to Nolan too.
Yeah, Inception.
So, I don't remember if there's anything earlier than that, but Inception certainly, yeah. So I thought about that during the movie because like there was like some talk during the like casting and stuff, but I was just like, it didn't click. It's like the Flanagan family. Every once in a while, like something slips by you, but I was thinking about Inception, and I was like, during the movie, for some reason, Inception hit my brain, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. So repeat. Also, no Michael Caine in this movie.
I'm Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Very well could have been Michael Caine if you had done Leguizamo's character as him.
Yeah, but he's such a Nolan stalwart. Like, you feel like he's
Yeah.
in damn near everything. Now, they did use his voice for the reading the Odyssey as an audiobook, but like,
Maybe that's the little tip of the cap because you didn't use him. So
yeah. Good stuff though. I love this movie. I might go see it again for sure. And I would say for the trailer, I would assume that maybe this week it probably drops like
Yeah.
like Monday, Tuesday, because usually when they're trying to do like a theatrical exclusive type thing, they'll like drop the trailer a few days after. Sometimes at most it's like a week later, like end of the week, Thursday, Friday-ish, like toward the end of the week.
yeah,
work
I
week.
gotta show that.
The-
I gotta show that trailer to my wife and daughter together.
That looks
like
fun.
I have to.
That looks really fun.
The whole premise of the movie is made for my wife and daughter to have a freak out movie
Yeah.
experience.
So what you need to do is hide it from them at all costs and just take them when it comes out.
Oh no, I've already told my wife about it and tried to find it, so she knows. She doesn't know the premise though.
Exactly. Just say, like, from now on, blackout. Nothing about this movie. We're just going to see it opening weekend.
I could.
There you go.
I could.
And maybe we could just do it as a whole group
First time my daughter comes to a horror movie with all of us.
with Hato Potato.
Put Hato Potato on one side and my wife on the other. Because is that her mommy? Is that her real mommy?
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we'll jump on over to the emails real quick. If you want to email the show, say anything you agree, disagree, whatever, email about a new show in the future. Do it at peter@geekeryabides.com or tadd, TADD, at geekeryabides.com. That is the way to email the show. And then next time,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Back into the theaters.
Brand
Another
new
blockbuster.
day. AKA, fucking Charlie Cox better be in this movie.
Or we riot.
Just call it Spider-Man, Daredevil.
Yeah.
That should be the subtitle, Daredevil.
Spider-Man.
If he's
Say
not in it, I'll be pissed.
Spider-Man breaks out Daredevil from prison.
The Hand is in it.
Punisher's in it.
Street level, seemingly. I'm
Come on.
still very suspicious if it's going to stay street level or not, though.
I can't go beyond street level. He's brand new days, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Doomsday is on the horizon.
After credit scene.
I think
But the whole movie is going to be grounded.
I don't know, man. Jean
see.
Grey is in it, I think. So I don't know how street level you're going to get with Jean Grey and X-Men crossing over. And
We'll see.
my prediction: he's dead by the end of the movie.
Spider-Man?
Peter Parker will be dead at the end of the movie.
Wow.
You've read the comics.
No, not this one.
Secret Wars.
He doesn't die.
He has the black suit. He dies, and the black suit resurrects him.
I don't remember that.
In the original, I think it's before that he dies. But like when we catch up, or wait, no, which one was it that he starts?
Wait, was it Secret Wars that we read, or was it is that's a different one? That's
Yeah.
Battle Planet.
Yeah, and he has the black suit, or he finds it in the original, right? They finds it because his suit gets destroyed.
Yeah.
There's one. I swear there's a version where he's like dies and gets resurrected. He gets resurrected by the symbiote. And then he's in the black suit, and I just kind of have a feeling that he's going to get resurrected. Yeah. So here's last bit before we peace out.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is Secret Wars. Did we read Secret Wars?
Yeah, both versions, 83 and 2000, whatever. Here's my thought. He's going to die. And it's going to be him dead. End credits might tease that he might still be alive with the symbiote or whatever.
Mhm.
And then something's going to happen to either eliminate or wipe out people's memories or take people over, like the 2000, the later Secret Wars that we read,
Yeah.
where Doom has wiped everyone's mind. He has them all as his
Yeah.
puppets and shit. Then when Spider-Man comes back,
Yeah. Sue Storm was his wife.
yeah, and Doctor Strange is just his like his sorcerer and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, because all that happens and Peter's dead, when symbiote brings him back, all of that will have been done, and he's now going to be the only one that knows the old ways. Doom's going to kind of wipe. That's my brain theory
Okay.
coming together. So, yeah, I just have a feeling that Spidey might be
Yeah.
dead by the end of the film. So
Also,
we'll see.
also sad, Dave. The Batman 2 got delayed again.
Oh yeah, look at that. 10/23, 2025, 10/2, 2026, 10/27. Your frowny face up there. And I have been absolutely ravaging you with shit on social
God,
media.
you got me so fucking bad.
I actually did not notice it when Matt Reeves put
Yeah.
that footage out. because I just watched the footage and I just pieced. I don't even think I waited till that last because I'm like, he's showing me one shot. They're not going to give me anything else, so I'm not watching I've seen the shot. And then it was only after that I saw something on Twitter like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? And I went and found somebody that screen grabbed the fucking date. And I'm like, I wasn't tracking the date, so I had to Google like whatever. And it's like I was able to Google it early enough that the internet hadn't updated to say like the new date. So I saw 10/1/27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, 2/18/28 is not what that's when I sent it to you. I'm like, oh, and I was not doing that to toy with you. I was just like,
no, how you fucked with me was in the Odyssey, you bastard.
I don't remember.
When Robert Pattinson's name came up, you're like, this could have been the Batman too.
Oh, that's true.
Fucker.
That's true. Did I send you the one where it was like it showed like the Dark Knight Returns? The old ass Batman, and it says the Batman 3 by the time they come around.
Fucker.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
You're not wrong, Walter. You're
All
just an asshole.
That might be true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll sign off as I always do by saying, love what you love, let your geek flag fly high, and to hell with anyone that says anything to you about guilty pleasures. And go see the fucking Odyssey on the big screen.
Fantastic.
Please go see it on the big screen because, like, it's a great movie. But like, I while I was watching it a few times, I thought to myself, like, I can't wait to see this again. But 5 years from now, when I'm just throwing this up on 4K, whatever, like, it's just not going to be the same.
Yeah.
And we need more I feel like we just need a theater that just does nothing but plays older movies. Because it's like all these directors talk about how my vision is this. It's like, okay, so your vision is your movie is seen the way it's supposed to be for like 2 months, and then it's never seen that way again.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the whole purpose is like, it's not like a band just goes, hey, we did a concert for this album once and we never, like, from then on, you just listen to the recorded thing. It's like, no, they go on tour multiple times. You go see concerts like
they record sometimes they even redo the song.
Yeah. So it's like
remastered, redo, re-release.
Yeah. So tangent on the way out, but yeah, that's my tangent. How you
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
One of these days, sir.
Never.
One of these days.
Never.
One of these days. All right. See you guys.
Bye, everyone.